Weapons disabled. Oh dear. We're gonna have to fight everything off with the lock. And that's it. Children are the future. They must not be put in harm's way and have to be raised right, despite the circumstances. So it's a good thing our weapons perished in the explosion.
Thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
Mackenzie, thank you for the follow. There will be no violence in this shelter, only love and understanding and soup, hopefully. Okay, let's do it. Oh, I guess you can use the bug spray on people sometimes, right? All right. Oh, they've actually stocked us up with like quite a good amount of stuff, so that's nice at least. Day 1, we all made it, even the children, especially the children. We must protect them from the horrors of the wasteland. They will be provided for and won't have to risk their necks for a can of soup. This has nothing to do with the fact that families with 2 or more children will be rescued first. Nope, just our values. Totally not connected to that Army radio broadcast earlier. Oh, and absolutely no weapons or other sharp objects are permitted inside the shelter. The children might accidentally hurt themselves. You look away for 1 second and suddenly your child falls headfirst on an axe. We'd rather avoid accidents like that. The rescue team comes in 50 days according to the emergency military broadcast. We'll just have to survive until then. With only 2 explorers and no weapons, it's going to be easy. Wow, look at that bikini. I don't know about easy, but let's see. Hello? What? Why can't I? There we go. That was weird. It wasn't letting me like click to the... Huh. It's like bugged out here? There. So no one needs to eat yet. We stumbled upon a weird signal when changing radio frequencies. We're pretty sure that behind layers of terrible static and screams, we could hear a voice. A voice speaking in a foreign language. Oh dear, what if it's the Soviets? We should probably listen to it, but what about the children? Yeah, go ahead, listen to it. Day 2. We were relieved at first when we figured out it wasn't Soviets we heard. Turned out it was Canadians, which isn't that much better. Either way, they're foreigners and we couldn't understand what they were saying. Not a word. How disappointing. Wow. That's crazy. The Canadian hate. It's something. Everyone's good. We don't need to feed anyone. Mary Jane insists she doesn't feel complete without her musical instrument. If she hit it well, maybe her tuba is still safe somewhere in the ruins of our house. A reminder of her hobbies and what life used to be might cheer her up a bit and make the situation easier for her. Should we let her out for a quick look around the house? I've never had this event. I don't know if we should let her out. You know what? I'm kind of curious. I feel like she's gonna come back sick. But I'm kind of curious what she'll do. Day 3. Oh crap, she's still gone. Okay, Mary Jane got very excited when we agreed to let her look for her tuba. She said if she can't find the instrument, she'll settle for anything else she can find, like some sheet music. We sure hope the tuba didn't make it. We're pretty sure we prefer radio static, or even the sweet sound of silence. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Okay, interesting. Thirsty, thirsty, thirsty. They're gonna wait? We woke up today feeling very uncomfortable. It was like someone or something was watching us. We could have sworn we noticed movement in the shadows. If anything besides us is alive in the bunker, it's time to teach it who's boss around here. Can't do anything about that because we got no weapons. Day 4. Oh, she's back. What did she get? Oh! Oh, okay. As we were running around looking for something to smash that furry rodent with, it just disappeared. So did one of our food cans. The question is, how did that devil fit it through one of those little holes? Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. Okay, Mary Jane, you didn't bring back anything and we lost food? That's a big bummer. I don't know if the sheet music would help. I don't know. Native Leopard, thank you for the follow on TikTok. Okay, so we're gonna send out Ted first, I think. Every new smell attacks our noses in this little shelter instantly. There isn't much we can miss, so when a single brick fell out from the wall, revealing a tight opening, our senses were immediately invaded by a terrible stench. We should probably check that hole out and see what the source of that smell is. We either lose a food or we gain a food. I'm gonna take the risk in the hopes that we gain a food. I don't think we gained a food. And the radio broke. No. We approached the hole cautiously and peeked inside. What happened next nearly gave us a heart attack. Some crazed rodent, a reptile, or whatever this crazy mad creature was, leapt out and started jumping all over that damn shelter. It was everywhere. We couldn't catch it. Before we could do anything, it pushed our radio off the table and went back into the hole it crawled from. We never saw it again. Dang it. That's a big bummer. Unfortunado. We'll give them water. Mary Jane can wait until tomorrow, and then let's send Ted out with the gas mask. Hi, Darlene. I ate the radio. Rip. Okay, let's see. Day 6. Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. All right. I think we need to give, we need to give Mary Jane water. Actually, I wonder if we could wait till tomorrow, but you know what? I don't want to risk it because we gotta keep her alive. Day 6, wouldn't it be fantastic if we could just get out and leave, walk the surface like we used to, smell the fumes and pollution. Ah, that's the scent of freedom we miss. Da-na-na-na. Day 7. The game's called 60 Seconds. It's called 60 Segundos. Hey, Salty. Thank you. Welcome. Okay, let's see. Hopefully the time to leave will come soon. We're a week in. Okay, we're doing great. F for fantastic. We might be safe inside these walls, but there are other problems to consider. None of us can sleep properly. We have to deal with this as soon as possible. Otherwise, we might end up falling asleep in the face of real danger, like saucer men from Mars. So I'm not gonna use the medicine because I feel like we can get rid of Dolores's tired before she has to go out on an expedition. Ted went out on he went out. Ted went looking for goods. Welcome everyone on TikTok. Let's see. Day 8. Bravely ignoring our symptoms, we tried to get at least an hour or two of sleep. No luck. We're even more tired than we were, and there are other problems we will need to face soon. Let's just hope our yawning will be enough to scare raiders away or save us from radiation sickness. Okay. Let's see. How are you doing? Hungry, thirsty? Oh, wait. Dolores didn't even get tired. That's nice. Okay, everyone's doing good. Oh, we can't do this one. We had the most curious visitors today. One of them was making the sound of a galloping horse, using a pair of rocks and hitting them against each other, while his companion was pretending to ride said horse. They claim to be on the very important quest to seek some magical cup, only they lost their way in the wasteland. They asked permission to have a quick look at our map to determine their whereabouts, but we don't have a map, so we cannot help them.
Thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
Aversion? Thank you for the follow, welcome. I think I butchered your name, I'm sorry. Day 9. Although we tried to decline politely, the guests were clearly offended. They galloped away, waving their wooden swords and screaming something about cutting down shrubberies. Absolutely crazy. Let's see. Okay, Dolores is dehydrated today. Timmy's dehydrated today. I'm gonna wait to give Dolores and Timmy water until tomorrow. The trash can is becoming full of empty soup cans, and that unmentionable bucket is overflowing. Both of them are attracting strangely glowing, suspiciously big insect wildlife. Roaches weren't that big before the war, were they? I wonder... Should I use the bug spray now? I feel like the roaches usually aren't that bad.
Thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
What a bee. Thank you for the follow. I love your hair, it's so cute. Thank you. But we don't have a harmonica, do we? We don't. I'm gonna not take action.
Thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
Oh, Goofy boy, thank you for the follow. I'm gonna not take action and hopefully it's okay. Drew says hi. Drew says hello.
Thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
Hello. Welcome, guys. We just started. Oh my gosh, there's so many Drew says hi's in here. Also on Twitch, Bubbled Moth, Lindsay Soup, Cherry, Sadistic Crow, Panther Growl. Hello, welcome. Oh, did Drew just end? Guys, for my people, if you don't know Drew, go follow him. He's an awesome content creator and a good friend. Welcome, guys. Oh, he's playing horror, so you left him? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Well, we're playing 60 seconds for a while here,
thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
Darling Nikki, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Well, welcome guys. I'm Lulu. I also play horror games, but I started stream late, so we're playing 60 seconds. Welcome in. All right, let's continue here then. Let's keep going. We're doing a challenge where we have to keep the kids alive and they can't go on expeditions. So, yeah. All right. Day 9. The trash can is becoming full of empty soup cans and...
Thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
Lost Ardor, thank you for the follow. That unmentionable bucket is overflowing. Both of them are attacking strangely attracting. Oh yeah. So we're gonna not use. Sorry, I read this already. We're gonna not use the bug spray here. I got sidetracked. Thank you guys for all the follows on TikTok, and Ace, thank you for the GGs. Day 10. There's our cockroach buddy. Oh my, that thing is huge, and there goes another one. Roaches everywhere. We're doomed. We already feel all dirty. Only 40 more days to go, and we get out of this mess. Can't wait. Can't wait until we have actual knives and other sharp objects around again. Trying to cut any package open with a cutting tool has proven very irritating. Okay, so we gotta give Dolores and Timmy water. And they can eat tomorrow, and then Mary Jane will get water tomorrow. Where did that green puddle come from? Oh dear, a pipe is leaking green goo. That's not good. That's not good at all. We need to act now, and no one packed the mop. What do? We do nothing, because we have nothing, so... Everyone on TikTok, welcome from Drew's stream. And thanks for all the follows, guys. Oh, at least we didn't get sick. That's good. That's good. Day 11. We couldn't figure it out, so we just assumed that what a regular pipe would do... Wait. Oh, sorry. We couldn't figure it out, so that's what we assumed that's what a regular pipe would do in the event of a nuclear apocalypse, and decided to ignore it. We've been feeling a bit funny today, though. Probably no connection to the pipe. None whatsoever. Alright, so we're going to feed you, and you get water, right? We really miss the life we had, the space, the sky, the food, more food. We wish we could go back to the time before this damn bomb dropped. This is the mission where you have to keep the kids alive and they can't go on expeditions and you can't have any weapons. Weapons are disabled. Ted is back with a bunch of food. That's awesome. That's great. Living in the past is not wise in our current situation. We need to think of today and tomorrow. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. We quickly discovered that the local supermarket had become the base of operations for a raider group. They're armed and dangerous. Sometimes they would leave to plunder and ransack the area. Even if it's risky, that was the best time to try to steal from them. Sneaking through the store shelves provided us with a few cans of soup. Okay, awesome. We got a good amount of food. Hungry, tired, starvation. Oh no, Timmy is sick. That's okay, he can stay sick. He can stay sick. We're gonna feed him. And Dolores is gonna go out tomorrow. When we opened the bunker door this morning to let in some fresh radioactive air, we discovered a small suitcase on our doorstep. There was no note in it, and the neighborhood seemed empty. Should we take a look inside? This is hit or miss. It's 50-50. Do we risk it or no? I think it's water. If it's good, I think it's water. I think you and Drew would be a good couple ice ship. Both of us are in relationships. But we're friends. Do we like biscuits? It's food, don't do it. Is it food? Is it food? I forgot what's in it. Is it food? Oh man, you guys are split. If it's food, we have a ton of food and we shouldn't risk it. For some reason, I thought it was water. I'm going to... Okay, we'll just see. Maybe we get lucky, guys. Maybe we're lucky, right? I hear coughing. What was it? Oh no. It was an innocent looking bottle of water, so we took a sip. We thought we got lucky, but it was all a lie. Either that water was irradiated or it was some kind of biological weapon. It made us all feel pretty sick. Oh, dang it. Okay. Well, Timmy is the only one who's still sick, so it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. It wasn't that bad. Enough sitting around. It's time to visit the surface and look for some additional supplies. Maybe something survived the blast. Maybe someone's still alive. Let's find out. Hey, Dolores, good luck. Good luck to our Dee Dee. Our little Dee Dee. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. The amount of times we've lost Dolores on expeditions is incredible. Incredible. Hopefully she comes back. She always abandons us. We learned a valuable lesson recently. If you don't do anything about roaches in your home, you will end up with more roaches. That's not ideal. If we don't do anything about it, we will end up all glowy, just like them. That's not so bad. At least you're still alive. I would probably pay to be glowy in real life. So I'm gonna not do anything about it. Aina, thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate it. Read somewhere that Dolores is the least likely to come back. That makes sense in my experience. Living with roaches can't be too bad, right? Even if they're stealing your pillows, socks, and wallets. Why would roaches even need wallets? And that smell is horrible. Okay, let's see. Tired, hungry, dehydrated. Oh no, she's sick now too. Oh, are the roaches making them sick? This is no bueno. This is no bueno. Oh no. Okay. During our latest expedition, we ran into a smelly man in torn-up clothes. We recognized him as an old bum named Jim, who used to roam the streets of our town before the bomb fell. Now he roams the wasteland, and it looks like he followed us home. Now he's banging on our door, asking if we want to buy a rock. Well, do we? We always want to buy a rock. Maybe next time we should get rid of the roaches. We'll have to get rid of the roaches next opportunity we have. What do you mean, Lulu? You are radiant. We opened the door and greeted the old man with a smile. He was eager to show us his bag filled with a rich choice of rocks and convinced us to take one for free for old time's sake. We agreed, carefully chose the best looking rock, and the man left. We can't complain, it's a good rock, really. Also, he claimed it brings luck. We'll see about that. We need our luck rock. We need all the luck rocks we can get. It's been a while. We don't know much about what's happening on the surface. If we only had a chance to tune into some emergency radio broadcasts and learn a thing or two. We can't, because something broke our radio, fortunately. Maybe Dolores will bring back a radio. They say ignorance is bliss. Another day without any clue what's going on might not necessarily kill us. Okay. Oh no, Ted's starving, sick and thirsty. I'm gonna give them food again because it should eventually cure their sick. Mary Jane is pulling Timmy's hair and calling him a radioactive poopy butt while Timmy is furiously kicking her shins, insisting she is a mutant booger. Madness. Nobody knows what set this fight off, but one of the kids must be in the right? But which one? Who's right? Timmy or Mary Jane? I'm gonna go with Timmy. It's gotta be Timmy. Day 18. Turns out they were fighting over a spare can of soup. Despicable. Both of them are apologetic now and claim they would have shared it with everyone eventually. But why should they be believed? The can was confiscated. Damn, they're hiding cans of food? These kids are something. Okay, let's give them food. That was kind of nice, though. We could have sworn that a huge puddle of water wasn't there earlier, and there goes another. Oh, damn it. We're getting flooded. Let's grab some of our supplies before they start floating. I guess we're saving the cards? That's the only thing we have. After everything we've done for them, I know. Hey, John. Day 19. We're all about survival and poker games, so it wasn't too surprising when we went after our lucky set of cards first. Not a single card got wet, but plenty of other supplies were submerged. After a while, the water level dropped, but the damage it did was quite extensive. We'll have to deal with that. Dun. You're still sick, aren't you? Okay, I think this should be the last day that they need food, I think. We always wanted a pet, but we just couldn't decide what to get. A cat, a dog, no matter. We have our very own cockroach colony now. Unless we want them to stay and play fetch, we should start doing something to drive them out. Though the fetch option is quite likely. They're as big as small puppies. We're gonna get rid of them because they're making us sick. Sick. Hey, Ren. Nice to see you. Day 20. Victory is ours. The roaches lie defeated. Oh, this is a glorious day for all remaining humanity. Humans are the dominant species once again. We never thought we could spend a whole 20 days together in close quarters like that. Pre-apocalypse, we couldn't spend an afternoon with each other without some sort of argument or one of us almost going crazy. Only 30 more days and this will all end. Oh wait, we don't think Dolores is coming back from the surface. It's been too long. Damn it, Dolores. Why do you do this? Oh shoot, they're still sick. Get out of here with your sick. Hopefully Ted isn't tired tomorrow and we can send him out. Someone's at the door. We're a bit scared, but maybe it's a friendly face or of an American soldier. Should we open? I think it's just food for 5 days to make them unsick, not both food and water. I don't know if I've had this event before. I don't even know what's gonna happen, so I'm gonna say yes, just to see, because I don't remember that. Day 21. Oh no, now Ted is sick. A group of travelers wearing gas masks and carrying some serious looking equipment gave us purified water. Before we could thank them, they turned away and left. Opening that hatch was a bit risky. It seems it gave us some awful sickness. That coughing is driving us crazy. How is Timmy still sick, but Mary Jane isn't? Oh no. If we send Ted out sick, I don't even know. I think he won't come back. I'm sending him out empty-handed, guys. I don't... Give him medicine? I feel like it won't help, but I can give him the medicine. Day 22. MJ is superior? How are you still sick, Timmy? Okay, we're gonna give Timmy water. I don't understand. There's never a good time to go out into the radioactive wasteland, but it seems this will become a necessity in this new world of ours. We thought it would be a good idea to make this happen sooner rather than later and planned a trip outside. Before we could make the third step beyond the sheltered doors, an unknown creature started growling at us in the darkness. We only had moments to decide what to do. We'll just flashlight him, yeah. I hope Ted comes back. We decided to check what's coming for us with our flashlight. Guess what? It was a dog. The poor thing seemed tired, so we let it stay with us for the night. The next morning... Boom, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you so much. Where was I? The next morning, we opened the door to let it out. It still hasn't returned. Hopefully, it will come back later. Timmy, how are you still sick? How? I give him food again? I don't even know. Open in the name of freedom came a shout from outside our door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves like that is probably planning to kill someone in the name of freedom. should we open? I'm gonna say yes because I think they're good. I think. And gate. Okay. We regretted opening the door the minute we saw who was standing on the other side. Dark faces, rifles, and determined looks of a band of teenagers. We're doomed, we thought. Then, out of the blue, one of them asked us if we're with the Reds. We never supported the Red Sox, so we confidently said that we weren't. The tension dropped immediately, and those nice young people gave us 2 bottles of water. They also told us to have no fear since Wolverines are around. We're not sure what Wolverines have to do with all this, but we took their word for it, and they gave us +2 water. Timmy, how are you still sick? Kid, how? Oh no, we don't have a Boy Scout Bible. Oh, boom, thank you. Scruffy, that's a wild statement, man. That's wild. That's why you hate Timmy? We've been wondering what happened to Uncle Brian. He should have been far from where the bombs fell, but no one knows for sure. It would be great to find out. He always looked on the bright side of life, so maybe we should too, but it's not easy. Say, didn't we have a photo of him tucked away in one of the books at home? No, we don't have a book at home. Day 25, someone's knocking at our door. What do you got on you? What did you eat? Oh, it's tomato soup. And so we are left with no photos, no news, and no happy thoughts. The world is too cruel. Okay, she's fatigued. Timmy is still sick. We fed him like every single day for 1 million days. I'm done. I'm done with Timmy. The traveling salesman paid us a visit today. He introduced himself as Willie. Apparently business can do well even after the end of the world. He'll give us soup for our cards, so I'm gonna go ahead and give him the cards. I'm gonna do that. All right. Day 26. We made a deal with the salesman and helped him pack. He strolled away into the wasteland like he knew exactly where he was going. Next. Okay. Fatigued, thirsty, hungry, sick, and fatigued. I'll give him a food again. We thought it'd be a great idea to have some role-playing fun and create our own shelter theater group. We called it the Thunderdome. We spent the rest of the day trying to write a script for our performance. We almost got into a fight over it and decided that maybe it would be best to play something simpler. We played Truth or Dare. When it turned out we only kept asking questions and the most common was, are we going to eat anything besides tomato soup? We decided that's enough games for now. Timmy is still quite sick. Timmy, I hate you right now. Our ammunition is missing. There's no way it was stolen, so it has to be here somewhere. We need to find it. Go ahead and find it. Day 28. Did Ted die? Wait, did Ted actually die? Did I miss it? Found it. The ammunition clip was recovered by a can. Too bad it was empty, but at least we have our bullets back. Why are you guys saying rip Ted? Okay, she's starving. Scratching on the door could only mean one thing. Our dog friend is back. We raced to open the door, not considering it might have been a mutated beast, but luck smiled at us. The furry fellow seemed really tired and hungry. Should we feed him? Should we feed the dog? A whole can of soup? We may need to send him for supplies. The dog? We don't have a dog. He just showed up at our door. You guys want me to feed him? Maybe he'll stay? Okay, I'll feed him. I'll feed him. Day 29. Oh, look, Ted is back. Okay, you guys scared me. I thought he died. And he brought a med kit. The dog was back to his former self in under an hour. We don't know what they put in that soup, but man, that stuff is good. We decided the dog needed a name, and the right name for him was Pancake. Come here, Pancake. Who's a good boy? Pancake stayed around for a while, but was gone the next morning. We can bet he will be back. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. We were cautiously exploring the neighborhood when we got cornered by a scary-looking thug with a shotgun. The odds weren't in our favor until a crate fell out of the sky and dropped right down on the bandit. Excellent timing, government aid. A food drop. That's what we needed. What did they drop this time? Bread? Cheese? Meat? Chocolate? No. Tomato soup cans. Hooray. Someone forgot to fill the water crate with something to soften the fall. As a result, most of the bottles were shattered. Luckily, a few of them survived. That should be enough to keep us going for a bit. Plus 2 bottles of water. Every responsible and respectable family needs a first aid kit filled with some high-quality drugs. We were running short, so the opportunity to replenish them was something we were eagerly awaiting. We just didn't expect a medical container to fall on another scavenger's head. That was pretty traumatic. We might need some drugs to cope with the memory. Our supplies did not include a working radio. The problem was we weren't able to find one in any of the dropped crates. Eventually, we encountered a box full of toasters. We spent some time tinkering with them, using trial and error, and ended up with a radio that occasionally works. We call that a win. Believe that our expedition to the wasteland must have been followed by strangers. We should be more cautious next time. That was actually really good. That was great. Timmy's looking very pale. Need to give him water. Okay. He's dehydrated. Okay. So that wasn't a bad run. Like, I feel like that should hold us over, honestly. I don't know if Ted is gonna not be tired by the next day, but we'll try to do an expedition. Time to listen to some radio chatter. Maybe we'll pick up on some useful shred of information on how to get out of this mess. Yeah, Dolores didn't come back from her first expedition, unfortunately. We are pretty stocked on water, so that's kind of nice. Wait, whoa! Some friendly soul on the radio was talking about a supply pack she'd lost during a trip through our town. We immediately realized she must have driven through our street. We rushed out and got to the package before anyone else. Has it been 30 days already? We're still holding on, but for how long? The rescuers better come when they promised, or else. Or else what? Or else what? Thirsty. We'll just give him water since we have so much extra. Sick, fatigued. I'm gonna wait on Timmy. We need to make a choice for today's expedition. No one can go, so no one's going. But that's okay. That's okay. I finally downloaded this game and played it after watching you play. I've enjoyed it. It's cool. It is cool. Dolores always abandons her kids, man. She always abandons us. Day 31. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Hungry, tired, fatigued, dehydrated, sick, fatigued. How is Timmy doing? Timmy's still quite sickly. We still can't send anyone on an expedition yet. We've been hearing strange noises lately. Is it coming from the outside or is it something that came into the shelter with us? Could it be? We found nothing. We feel like we might be going crazy. We should probably get busy with something to keep us occupied before this gets worse. Day 32. Boredom can really get to you in the shelter. It can lead you to dark places. Trust us. Does the game cost money? Yes. Yes, it does. Hey, Zix. Nice to see you. Some of us are keener to go outside than others. We can't send anyone out anyways, so we're just gonna go to the next day. I feel like we can make it to day 50 with what supplies we have, as long as nothing catastrophic happens. Ted is hungry. Timmy needs an extra blanket. Okay, everyone's looking okay besides Timmy being a little bit sick. And we still can't send anyone out. Timmy's bored out of his mind and he won't leave Ted alone. First he wanted to play tag, now it's hide and seek, which are both terrible ideas for a small shelter like this. Ted is in a bad mood and just wants to be left alone, but Timmy isn't giving up. How about charades? No, Timmy. No charades, Timmy. I'm gonna say no. Day 34. Ted could not be convinced to play anything, so Timmy decided to train his hide-and-seek skills by himself. While looking for the best places to hide, he stumbled upon some misplaced supplies. Okay, that's good. Timmy's very hungry. Okay, cool. Let's see how they're doing. Starving. Okay. I almost want to cure Timmy, but I don't. This is a good day to go outside, stretch a bit. We can't send anyone out still, so that it is what it is. Ted is still mighty tired and needs more time to recover his strength. Yeah. He is tired, so he's not going to be going out anytime soon. Dehydrated. I'm going to give Timmy... No, we're not going to give Timmy anything. Let's just make sure he doesn't have anything. Looking very pale, that's not good. You know what? I'm going to cure Timmy. I'm sick of him being sick. We're going to cure him. I'm done. Pancake came back today very agitated about something. He really wanted us to get out and follow him somewhere in the neighborhood. This seems a bit risky, but maybe Pancake's on the trail of something big. What gear should we take? We don't have any gear. We don't have a single gear. So we can't do whatever's happening. Pancake wasn't too happy about us staying put. Eventually he left and didn't come back. We'll miss Pancake, and not just because his name gives us fond memories of food other than soup. Pancakes. Okay. At least Timmy's not sick anymore. Still can't send anyone out, so we're just gonna continue. Hydrated, starving. Ted is hungry. Okay, we're gonna give Ted water. We'll feed them. Still cannot send anyone out. Trader alert. Timmy's salvaged comic books are mostly harmless science fiction pulp. However, some of them don't feature the brave Astro Citizen program astronauts, but cosmonauts. That boy's eating up the Soviet propaganda. What a disgrace. Should we banish Timmy to the wasteland for his traitorous ways and dispose of the blasphemous comics? No, because then we lose. No. Hi, Nilla. Nice to see you. We graciously allowed Timmy to stay in the shelter despite his actions. We believe in the power of rehabilitation and second chances. Also, we're running out of toilet paper and these propaganda books will do nicely. Alright, starving. Hungry, thirsty, hungry. Okay. Oh, look, we can send Ted out. I'm gonna send Ted out without anything. He'll be fine. Hi, Rose. Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. Dehydrated. Okay. When conducting our daily supply count, we noticed that a soup can was missing. We're absolutely sure it was there yesterday. That can only mean one thing. We have a soup thief among us. Now we just need to figure out who the culprit is. Is it Timmy or Mary Jane? Usually it's Ted. But we can't choose Ted. I'm leaning towards Mary Jane. Among Us. Hi, Sakura. I feel like it's MJ. But I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Day 40. Okay, we have 10 more days, guys. 10 more days. Oh no. We know what you did last night, Mary Jane, and we're so disappointed in you, young lady. We didn't raise you to be a nasty soup thief. Only 10 more days to go until the planned rescue. Hopefully we can make it until then without any problems. We're so close. How did we even manage to fend for ourselves for so long without any actual weaponry? Damn it, Mary Jane. How are you hungry when you stole a whole can of soup? It's not the best time or place to make plans for the future, but we can't help thinking about what we can make of this terrible situation. Is our house still standing, or will we have to move to some forsaken hole like Toronto? Day 41. I hate MJ. That's because she's mean. She's bad. Maybe moving away won't be too bad. We can probably make new friends, meet new people, provided anyone is still alive, that is. The amount of times she's like screwed us over in the game, oof. We always steered away from casinos, gambling dens, and the like, so when a man came to our door and told us he used to be a gambler, we were suspicious. He invited us to play a game. He proposed a 2 water bottle bet and a card game of our choice. Heck no. We have plenty of water and we don't need any extra. Gambling is a terrible habit. What kind of example is that to set the kids? We need supplies, but we're not getting them like that. We'd sooner rob someone than we sent the man away. Good riddance. Okay, yeah. Thirsty, hungry, starvation. Doing good. It's hard being down here, living here. We need to make the best of it, or else we might find ourselves in even more trouble. The end? Oh no. Is it because Ted didn't come back? So if both of the parents... No! That sucks! I shouldn't have sent him out! I shouldn't have. What day did we make it to? It was like 40 something. 43? Okay, I'm gonna... 43. We were doing so good. Yeah, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. Okay, we're gonna try it again because we almost had it. We almost had it. Oh, and I was like, in my head, I was like, I don't even know if I need to send him out. But I was like, I think if he dies, it should be okay. But no, it's not okay. So, dang it. Okay, we're gonna redo it. Which one was that? That was responsible parenting. We need to survive for 50 days, keep both children alive until rescue comes. Children cannot go on expeditions, and weapons disabled. Hi, Peanut Butt. Have a good night, Ace. Is that my real hair? No. I wish. Game reminds you of Radiant Residence on Roblox. Oh, inspired by. Oh, cool. I have to check that out. All right, here we go, guys. Back in it. Day 1, we all made it, even the children, especially the children. We must protect them from the horrors of the wasteland. They will be provided for and won't have to risk their necks for a can of soup. This has nothing to do with the fact that families with 2 or more children will be rescued first. Nope, just our values. Totally not connected to that army radio broadcast earlier. Oh, and absolutely no weapons or other sharp objects are permitted inside the shelter. The children might accidentally hurt themselves. You look away for 1 second and suddenly your child falls headfirst on an axe. We'd rather avoid accidents like that. The rescue team comes in 50 days according to the emergency military broadcast. We'll just have to survive until then. With only 2 explorers and no weapons, it's not going to be easy. Okay, we don't need to give them anything. Spiders seem to be operating under the assumption that they have all the same rights to this shelter as we do. They're everywhere and don't seem very scared of us. It's time we change that. We don't want any more spiders in our soup, no sir. Should I use the bug spray this early? I like the doodles in the game too. Don't you dare talk smack about your hair. My real hair? Okay, I have nice real hair. I do love my real hair. Okay, I'm not talking smack about my real hair. I just think it would be cool to have like gradient purple hair. Thanks. No, don't use it? Okay, I won't use it. I won't use it. Day 2. We decided we could get rid of those spiders with our bare hands, feet, and whatever other body parts we could use for lethal anti-spider attacks. Unfortunately, we've underestimated their chances. They're really fast. All we achieved was getting tired. Maybe we'll have more luck next time. Okay, nothing. You know what? I'm gonna send out Dolores first. We have plenty of distant relatives, but none of them mean as much to us as Auntie Ada. She lives in the country, so there's a good chance she's still configuring how her cow counting machine and not worrying about nukes raining down on her henhouse. Too bad we don't have a photo of her, or do we? We put photos into books a while ago after the giant coffee spill incident. And we don't have a book. We no Boy Scout Bible. Oh, and we have a harmonica this time. That's kind of nice. So we're left with no photos, no news, and no happy thoughts. The world is too cruel. Okay, so, yeah, let's send out Dolores first, I think. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Everyone's good. We're gonna wait to give them water until tomorrow. Timmy and Mary Jane are in need of some physical exercise. Letting them run outside in the wasteland seems a bit too adventurous, but they could play tag inside the shelter. It's not like we have any expensive vases or antique dishes down here to be broken. Should we let the kids play? No. No. No, 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 no. I can't dye my hair because of work. No, I can dye my hair. I cover my hair at work. I don't dye my hair because it's super long and I like it being really, really long and I don't want to damage it. And I like having black hair. I like my black hair. But if I did dye it, it would be half white, but then it would be fried, so I don't dye it. Playing tag? What a ridiculous idea. This is the apocalypse. It's a cruel world. Your every step is a matter of life or death. This is neither the time nor the place for silly games. How about playing something useful, like Hunt the Roach? Yeah, kids, hunt the roach. Let's go ahead and give them all water today. We've discussed everything we could do and no one's willing to chat anymore. The silence is really disturbing. We should do something before we start talking to ourselves instead. Turn on the radio. Is the music loud on TikTok, guys? Drew said hi. Hey, Drew. Is the music loud on TikTok? Day 6. Ah, how fortunate. We took the radio with us. We can probably listen to some music. They still play music out there, don't they? Maybe. Yeah, kinda, no. No? I can turn down the music a bit. Is that better at all, or is that better? Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. I used to dye my hair, it took ages to repair it. Exactly. How is Mary Jane hungry before anyone else? MJ, what's going on? Peculiar. It seems that the whole shelter has been shaking every couple of minutes, and it feels like it's getting stronger every time that this happens. Here it comes again, and it's way worse. It's an earthquake. Hold on to something. We're gonna hold on to our radio. That's the only choice we have. Day 7. Earthquake or not, nothing is going to stand between us and our daily dose of radio static. We were able to grab it before it could fall down and get smashed. Something else might have broken, but we won't know until we've cleaned this place up. Hungry. There we were, thinking it was a day like any other down here when Mary Jane confronted us. She said it's her birthday, but she doesn't want a gift, not in this situation, not in this economy. Well, she's too young to be giving orders around here, so she's getting a birthday present, and that's that. We just need to pick out something. No. MJ, you're right. You don't need anything for your birthday. Day 8. Mary Jane is too old for birthdays. That's what we think. Exactly. I'm not gonna give her a med kit or the bug spray. That's crazy. You can have some food and say thank you. There's been some radio chatter about airdrops from the military. It's about time. All those taxes had to pay for a crate or two for us, right? Shall we head out to get them? Damn it, we can't. I gave Dolores the gas mask. Youngest child always gets best. Depends. It was too dangerous to go out there without any protection, so we decided to stay indoors and listen to the radio. The static is so relaxing. Dehydrated. Dehydrated. Huh. Okay. You maniacs, you blew it up. Aw, damn you. Damn you all to hell. That's something we should have told our neighbors when they blew up their barbecue last spring. Those were good times, even if they wasted a perfectly good barbecue. Oh look, Dolores came back. What did you bring, Dolores? Memories or not, we need to keep our heads clear and get a grip on reality ahead of us. Only 40 more days and we can get out of this mess. Can't wait. Can't wait until we have actual knives and other sharp objects around again. Trying to cut any package open without a cutting tool has proven very irritating. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. The nearby docks house some fancy-looking boats. One of them managed to survive the tidal wave caused by the atomic blast. Well, kinda. It landed on our neighbor's house. It looked worth checking out. We found a few soup cans in the yacht's cargo hold. It seems rich people like soup too. Soup is great. We love soup. Soup. Since the ocean is pretty salty, keeping a supply of drinkable water on board was a pretty reasonable precaution to take. Now it's reasonable for us to take it all with us. Let's do water, okay? So she didn't bring back a lot, but at least she brought back a little. And at least she didn't ditch us like she has. Yeah, at least she came back and she didn't lose the gas mask. We're gonna send out Ted next. Mutated rodents are attacking our supplies. We're not sure if they're rats, feral bunnies, or just mutated hamsters. All of these options are pretty grim. We could use spare ammunition or something to get rid of every one of these pests. We can't fight them off. I'm afraid they're gonna take a soup. Damn. Okay, I think we're gonna lose something here. Just fight them with your fists, guys. Day 11. Yeah, we lost the soup. That beast of a rodent won. It won and stole our food. Can or no can, at least we have each other, right? We're just worried it'll come back to finish what it started. Time to ration. Bummer. Big bummer. Okay, let's send Ted out with the gas mask. We'll send out Ted with the gas mask. Day 12. Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. Dehydrated. Starving. Okay. Time to listen to some radio chatter. Maybe we'll pick up some useful shred of information on how to get out of this mess. Day 13. Oh no! How did the radio... Damn it. Something blew up inside the radio and the wretched thing caught fire. We were able to put it out, but it doesn't work anymore. No! You yawning is making me yawn. I'm sorry. I'm so tired. Yeah, we're eating room temperature soup, yeah. We don't have anything to cook it with, so I think they just open it and eat it. Yeah, we're playing the challenge where the kids can't go on expeditions. If there's one sure way to get our attention, it's definitely banging on a shelter door. Whoever it is, they're quite persistent. They've been at it for the past 5 minutes. Should we open? Should we open it? Aaron, thank you for the follow on TikTok. Yes. I'm seeing a lot of yeses, so we're gonna go ahead and open it. Day 14. Oh, we opened the hatch, but there was nobody there. Damn pranksters making jokes even after the apocalypse. Huh, that's a little sus. No one there. It was a ghost. Food has been scarce and the kids are not used to it. Mary Jane and Timmy jumped at each other's throats, fighting over the contents of one of the soup cans. Our first instinct was to separate them, but it feels like toying with the natural food chain. Should we intervene? What? Should we stop them? Charisse, thank you for the follow on TikTok. What the... I feel like they're gonna get hurt if we don't stop them. Yeah, I feel like we need to stop them. Because then they're gonna be injured, and then they're gonna die from their injury. Thank you. Jesus loves you. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Alright, let's see. Oh! Mary Jane, you effing little... Mary Jane! Timmy got his fair share of the can. Mary Jane was watching his every move. We had to step in and put everything in order. Some fair rationing is what this shelter needs if we're going to survive. Mary Jane devoured her soup. The can even had little bite marks on the metal casing. Oh my gosh. MJ ate a whole can of soup again. All herself. When conducting our daily supply count, we noticed that a soup can was missing. We're absolutely sure it was just there yesterday. There just yesterday. That can only mean one thing. We have a soup thief among us. Now we just need to figure out who the culprit is. Last time we chose Mary Jane, she ended up eating a whole can of soup. She was like, yeah, it was me, and then she ate it. I'm gonna choose Timmy. I'm scared. She's gonna eat a whole nother can of soup. Day 16. It was Timmy. Hands to yourself, sneak thief. Timmy has received a lifelong ban on touching any soup cans, even empty ones. We'll have to feed him with a spoon from now on, and somebody else will have to take out the trash. He didn't even look sorry. He just shrugged and belched loudly, smelling suspiciously of tomatoes. Ew. We lost another can of soup in 2 days. That's insane. If Ted doesn't come back with 4 packs of soup, we're wrecked. Sharky, thank you for the 19 months of sub. I really appreciate it. Thank you. We were about to finish our dinner, if you can call it that, when we heard someone knocking on the door. It seems to be a trader who's very interested in ammunition. How about that? Let's trade. We need food or something. We need something. Day 17. We handed the ammunition to the stranger and he offered us something of true value in return. A working radio. Okay. Got a radio, but no food. Yesterday during charades, we learned that Mary Jane doesn't know how to spell anti-disestablishmentarianism. And has left Dolores sorely disappointed. She insisted on home, or rather, shelter schooling Mary Jane a little. Sure, go ahead. School her. School her butt. Day 18. Oh, Ted's back. Ted! You didn't bring back food, Ted! Ted! You didn't bring back food. You brought a Boy Scout Bible, but no food. Dolores does not mess around. What started out as a spelling exercise has quickly found its way to a math revision, followed by a short physics course, and ending on tinkering with some random objects in the shelter. Mary Jane looks exhausted, but we can't deny the state of our shelter has improved today. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. We set off on an expedition to the nearby zoo we used to visit on the weekends. We're happy to report that it was a productive supply run, as well as an educational trip. We saw pterodactyl whales, chimpandeers, a porcupine, a small army of cat roaches, and other majestic creatures that have emerged among the post-nuclear fauna. The marine life section had collapsed, turning into a radioactive pond in the middle of the zoo, filled with creatures like piranhas and sea ponies. In a half-destroyed aquarium control room, we found an undamaged cupboard with some supplies. A friendly-looking crabtopomus lazily observed the sea life section from a distance. In its den, we found the body of a zoo worker with some of his possessions laying around. Running away from humongous tarantoraptors, we made our escape through the zoo souvenir shop. Most of it was torn to shreds by the bomb, but a few useful things were still lying around. Our gas mask was damaged. He brought back a lot of stuff, but no food. No food. I know, he brought back everything but food. And guys, thank you so much, guys, for all the follows on TikTok. Hungry, tired, nothing. Okay. Dolores is gonna have to go out next. It's high time we stopped wondering about what's going on and started asking questions, or at least listen to some reasonable answers. So how about tuning to our radio station and learning a thing or two about the brave new world? Sure. Day 19. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news. The fallout outside has mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel on the surface now. Cool. Cool. Starving. Okay, we're giving Ted the last of the food. Dolores, I'm gonna send you out with the Boy Scout Bible, okay? You got this. Please, Dolores, please. We never thought we could spend a whole 20 days together in close quarters like that. Pre-apocalypse, we couldn't spend an afternoon with each other without some sort of argument or one of us almost going crazy. Only 30 more days and this will all end. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Oh, Ted. Oh no. Mary Jane's starving. Was she hungry yesterday? She must have been hungry. Oh crap. Open in the name of freedom came a shout from outside our door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves like that is probably planning to kill someone in the name of freedom. Should we open? I'm gonna open because this has never been a bad event. I would have killed something at the zoo for food. You would think that they would do that. Dolores needs to bring back 10 soups in one day. I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is a bad run. They gave us +2 water. We regretted opening the door the minute we saw who was standing on the other side. Dark faces, rifles, and determined looks of a band of teenagers. We're doomed, we thought. Then out of the blue, one of them asked us if we're with the Reds. We've never supported the Red Sox, so we confidently said that we weren't. The tension dropped immediately, and those nice young people gave us 2 bottles of water. They also told us to have no fear since wolverines are around. We're not sure what wolverines have to do with all of this, but we took their word for it. There's enough food to go around. Oh dear. I'm gonna give Mary Jane water again in the hopes that it holds her over for food. Some door-to-door salesman found his way to our shelter. We remember him from before the apocalypse. He came with a bunch of leaflets and tried to convince us to join something called Astro Citizen, but we refused. Now he just wants supplies and says he will reveal some state secrets to us in return. Do we give him water? Or no? I feel like when I've given him water, his like state secrets are like nothing burgers. What do you have to lose? I mean, I guess MJ might die soon. So maybe we should. Day 22. Someone's knocking at the door. We were generous, so we shared our supplies with him. He tried to make us believe that America has a working space station in orbit, or rather, had, since according to that guy, it exploded when the bombs dropped. How convenient. A working space station? What a joker. He was probably so hungry and dehydrated, his brain started playing tricks on him. See, it's a stupid state secret. He didn't give us anything. Nothing. Okay. Hungry, tired. Tired, starving. Starving! I'm gonna give Timmy water too. He gave us friendship. Oh, this again. We can't do this because we don't have a map. What's that sound? A galloping horse? We rushed to the door and were greeted by 2 men dressed like they'd come from a medieval fair. We identified the source of the sound. One of them was holding 2 rocks and hitting them against each other constantly, while the other was skipping and pretending to be a rider. They said they're looking for some antique cup, but they'd got lost and would be most grateful if we would let them check our map, provided we have one. We don't have one. Also, whoever said posture check, thank you. I'll try not to slouch. We couldn't contain our laughter, and our guests took offense. They ran off shouting that our ancestors were rodents and smelled like forest fruits. How rude. What is a forest fruit? And why is it bad? Why does it smell bad? Everyone is starving! Everyone is starving! Oh gosh. Oh, we don't have a water chip for this guy, and I'm not gonna give him water. You would expect the post-apocalypse to be a time of peace and quiet, since, you know, most of the people aren't around anymore. Yet, here we have someone at the door. When we opened it up, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked to trade him a water chip. A water chip? What in the hell is that? Because when we give him water, he gets mad that it's not a water chip, and he takes the water anyways. So that's why I'm not gonna give it to him. Oh, Mary Jane is gone. This was such a bad run. We have to start over. This was the worst run. We had such a good first run. And if I hadn't sent Ted on that last expedition, we would have won it, probably. But that's okay. We'll just do it again. Just do it again. It'll be fine. Maybe we have better RNG this time. We're doing the responsible parenting challenge. Can you guys hear me okay? I kind of moved away from my mic there for a while. Do. Calvin Klein jammies are super comfy. They are. I have like, I think I have 3 pairs of Calvin Klein sweatpants and they're very, very cozy. And they're like basically all I wear. I just like go through them. Oh, is forest fruits mushrooms? Posture? I mean, I'm like, okay, fine. It's yelling at me. Day 1, we all made it. Even the children, especially the children. We must protect them from the horrors of the wasteland. They will be provided for and won't have to risk their necks for a can of soup. This has nothing to do with the fact that families with 2 or more children will be rescued first. Nope, just our values. Totally not connected to that army radio broadcast earlier. Oh, and absolutely no weapons or other sharp objects are permitted inside the shelter. The children might accidentally hurt themselves. You look away for 1 second and suddenly your child falls headfirst on an axe. We'd rather avoid accidents like that. The rescue team comes in 50 days, according to the emergency military broadcast. We'll just have to survive until then with only 2 explorers and no weapons. It's not going to be easy. I notice we don't have a med kit and we don't have a gas mask. That's unfortunate. No flashlight, no Boy Scout Bible. We have a luggage. Ugh. Okay, well, it is what it is. The radio of ours has been silent for the past few hours. We need our news, we need our music. We all agreed on that, and if it's refusing to cooperate, we need to meddle with it until it works. No, we don't. Leave the radio alone. Okay. Day 2. We're sure they're experiencing technical issues. Yes, that's it. Everything will be just fine. Maybe I'll send Ted out first. Maybe I'll do Ted. We'll send him out with the luggage. If there's one person we truly miss, it's our great Uncle Terry. He used to tell brilliant stories about turtles, elephants, and wizards. It would be so reassuring to hear one of these stories again, and yet we don't even have a photo of him. Just memories. Nope, we don't have any photos of him. You should back the screen up a little so we can see everything on the game. You mean for the portrait mode? If you go into landscape mode, you should be able to see more. I can make it a little bit smaller. Make it like more like that, maybe? There. Maybe that's better. And guys, thank you for the follows on TikTok. I appreciate it. All right, here we go. Day 3. And so we're left with no photos, no news, and no happy thoughts. The world is too cruel. Everyone's doing good. I'm gonna send out Ted with the luggage. Enough sitting around. It's time to visit the surface and look for some additional supplies. You got this, Ted. Right? Day 4. Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. They're going to be dehydrated, but we're going to give them water tomorrow. We're either going crazy or this entire shelter is crawling with little insects, or worse. It's worse, they're spiders and not some miniature ones, but huge, furry, and very creepy beasts. We've got to do something about them. I'm gonna bug spray them. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. Oh, look, we got a water from it. If there's one thing that can drive spiders away and stop us climbing up the furniture, it's the bug killing spray. That was the right time to unleash this deadly weapon, and the results were excellent. We eradicated 404 of those little bastards. We even found a water bottle stashed in the corner. It was a good day. Okay, that is a good day, I think. Give them all water. They're all very thirsty. Michael, so mean to TikTok and Timmy. Can you not mutate MJ in the challenges? I'm sure you can, but it's kind of RNG. It's kind of RNG on whether or not she mutates, but I just didn't want to deal with the spiders stealing stuff or anything, so we got rid of them. What in the hell are those sounds? Are they coming from the goddamn walls? They're driving us crazy. Is something crawling in the air vents? Relax. Take a deep breath. We should probably calm down before we start tearing them down. Maybe try something relaxing for a bit. Yeah, you guys can play checkers. Day 6. Having some fun made us forget about, what was it again? Okay, everyone's doing good. Mary Jane's hungry, but that's okay. She can wait. It has become more and more difficult to breathe in the shelter over the last couple of hours. We suspect there's something wrong with the ventilation. Maybe it got stuck somehow, but how? We need to investigate or we might suffocate. We can't investigate. Unfortunate. Day 7. I'm not gonna do squats right now. Can we refund those, please? Thank you. We decided to ignore any problems with the vents and focus on other problems. As predicted, all of us developed a nasty cough and had trouble breathing, but it got better next morning. We don't know what the issue was, but the important thing is it's gone now. Okay. Hungry, hungry, hungry. What was that trickling sound? And why is the wall so wet? Are we about to get flooded? We don't have life preservers or a boat. A boat wouldn't even fit inside this shelter. We need to do something. Save the supplies. We're gonna save the radio. The cards can go. Day 8. The radio was rescued first before any of that filthy liquid got into its case. It wasn't long before most of the water disappeared, but the damage it had done was enough to upset us. Cleaning and fixing this mess will take us days. And what's that smell? And we lost our cards. Okay, they're all doing okay right now. There's not much you can do in this tiny bunker. We need to fight the boredom, otherwise someone might feel like going out to admire the radioactive landscape, or something equally crazy like learning about foreign geography. We need to do something. I don't know, we'll play checkers, because I'm scared that they'll break the radio. They're so good at breaking the radio, so we'll do checkers. Day 9. A game of checkers, a cup of coffee, and a newspaper is all a 1950s man needs. There's no coffee down here. The paper boy probably got blown up. Yay, checkers. Oh my gosh, that's dark. Dehydration. I'm gonna give her water. Timmy, what happened to you? It's fine. We were discussing plans for our first meal that didn't feature tomato soup when we heard yells outside. We discovered they came from a small group of ragged survivors. They were a sorry sight, and we weren't surprised when they requested aid. They asked us to provide anything we could: water, food, or medical supplies. What do you guys think? Should we give them water or food? Sorry, I just don't feel like doing squats right now. I just don't. What made me decide to play this game? One of my viewers, Pirate Monkey, gifted me the game, and I've been having fun with it. I like your rings. Thank you. Have I played this game before? Yeah, we've played it a little bit. No? A lot of no's here. I can't remember if like giving them something now has them come back and give us something back later. That's fair. I never feel like doing squats. We have a little bit more food than water, but it's hard to know. It's hard to know. Let's give them water and let's give them water and hopefully it turns out okay. We need water more often. Okay, I'm scared. I'll give them food. I have played 60 parsecs, but only once. Our visitors had problems in finding enough words to express their gratitude. Many tears were shed, smiles and hugs exchanged, and they wished us all the best. It's a great feeling to be helping someone out. They left soon after we seek shelter in the ruins of our town. Soon after to seek shelter in the ruins of our town. We hope they make it out there. Only 40 more days to go and we get out of this mess. Can't wait. Can't wait until we have actual knives and other sharp objects around again. Trying to cut any package open with a cutting tool has proven very irritating. Okay. Oh no, we were about to go to sleep when we heard scratching coming from the door. At first it sounded like an angry rat trying to eat the damn thing. We soon discovered it was something much worse. Someone is on the other side of the door trying to pry it open. We need to act. I can't do anything, so I'm just going to leave it. Look at the star. Survive for 50 days. Keep both children alive until rescue comes. Day 11. Ted! You didn't bring food, Ted! Ted, what did you bring? No! The invaders burst into our shelter like a violent tidal wave and immediately went for one thing that was of the greatest value to them, our canned food stockpile. They grabbed as many cans as they could and left. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. Some additional supplies would help a great deal, but we didn't get any from this expedition. Oh, this is so bad. He didn't bring anything. Oh, we felt that we should do something about our interior decoration. The feng shui is really off in our fallout shelter. While we were moving things around, we found a secret door. What's behind it? There's only one way to find out. No, there's 0 ways to find out because we don't have the item. Hi, Papaya. Ted is going through this. Ted! Some things are better left untouched and unknown. Whatever is behind that door will have to stay there. We also stacked some furniture against it just to be sure nothing and no one comes through them. Oh. Oh no. Ted is starving and we have no food. Dolores, get out there. And come back in like one day, please. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she makes it back safe and sound. They're all gonna be hungry and we have nothing for them. We have nothing, no food. What's that sound? A galloping horse? We rushed to the door and were greeted by 2 men, dressed like they'd come from a medieval fair. We identified the source of the sound. One of them was holding 2 rocks and hitting them against each other constantly, while the other was skipping and pretending to be a rider. They said they're looking for some antique cup, but they'd got lost and they would be most grateful if we would let them check our map, provided we have one. Which we don't. Yeah, Ted got sick because we didn't have a gas mask for him. We couldn't contain our laughter and our guests took offense. They ran off shouting that our ancestors were rodents and smelled like forest fruits. How rude. Oh, Ted's a goner, guys. Ted is a goner. There's nothing I can do. High time we stopped wondering about what's going on and started asking questions, or at least listen to some reasonable answers. So, how about tuning to a radio station and learning a thing or two about the brave new world? Sure. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news. The fallout outside has mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel on the surface now. Have some water. Timmy, have some more water. Our family has been stuck down here for a while now, and we're very worried that this might have an adverse effect on Timmy's education. Can he even read anymore? Up there, he at least consumed a comic book or two a week. Now there's nothing. We need to give him something to read. Read the checkerboard. Timmy. Connor, thank you for 33 months of sub. That's crazy. I appreciate it. Thank you. Good thing we have those checkers. They contain an instruction sheet. Perfect reading material for a young boy like Timmy. Who would have anticipated that reading those 3 sentences too many times over would fry his brain a little bit? Poor Timmy. Timmy. Ted is still starving. Mary Jane is starving. Timmy is starving. Everyone gets water. A 3-year anniversary coming soon. That's absolutely wild. Thank you. We decided to have some fun today and play a game or two. The first one was picking the game we are going to play. This took us most of the day and we still haven't made up our minds. No, Ted! Not in front of your kids! Dolores, you brought back a single? Day 17. We thought playing the silent game would be a good idea. The silence was too annoying and we quickly stopped. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. The nuke did most of the destructive work, but gasoline reserves were under the nearby gas station. But gasoline reserves under the nearby gas station blew up as well. All that was left of the place was a crippled cashier's booth and the remains of several cars. Someone might have thought 60 seconds was enough for a gas refill and a quick getaway. They thought wrong. There was an abandoned truck in line for the gas pump. We immediately recognized the logo of a well-known company on its side. Yup, the Canned Soup Company. One of the cars had a map inside of it. After perusing the chart, we noticed a label which read, "Time Machine hidden here." A big red X marks the spot. A deck of cards was just lying about just outside the booth. After picking them up and counting them out, the only thing missing were 3 6s. Playable enough. She lost the suitcase. Our trip to the surface might have been spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. Ted. There are only so many days a man can survive without food. Ted was strong, but it was too much for him. He starved to death. Guys, this is so bad. I know, it's a bad run. What was that? Did the radio static just stop for a moment? Let's try tuning on to that signal. Oh, day 18. Wait, did we get water? Oh my god. Some friendly soul on the radio was talking about a supply pack she'd lost during a trip through our town. We immediately realized she must have driven through our street. We rushed out and got to the package before anyone else. We got 2 water, a soup, and a Boy Scout Bible. Gui? Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Thank you. Mary Jane's starving. I fed you yesterday. And you're still starving too. Oh, it's probably because they've been starving for so long. How did he get sick? How did Timmy get sick? I don't understand, Timmy. Okay, no one can go out yet. She's still tired. Day 19. Dolores is still tired and can't seem to sleep at all. Okay. She's dehydrated, thirsty, hungry. Timmy is starving for a third day in a row. That's insane. What's that sound? Oh no, something or someone is below us. It's only reasonable to go check it out. How about using that manhole in the corner? No, we can't check anything else. Anything out. What's the best, 60 seconds or 60 parsecs? Honestly, I like this one a little bit more than 60 parsecs. But 60 parsecs wasn't bad. Have I tried the other mode where you grab everything in 60 seconds first? Yeah, we've done a bit of that. We're playing the Responsible Parenting Challenge mode. Going into a tight, dark tunnel is not a good idea, especially with those weird noises coming from it. They're giving us the creeps even up here. We never thought we could spend a whole 20 days together in close quarters like that. Pre-apocalypse, we couldn't spend an afternoon with each other without some sort of argument, or one of us almost going crazy. Only 30 more days and this will all end. I think it's gonna end sooner than that. Tired, hungry, dehydrated. No one can go out still. Dolores is still tired. This is such a bad run. What's that glowing in your pocket, Timmy? Oh no, mutated ants. Their terrifying little mandibles almost gave Dolores a heart attack. She wants them out. But Timmy says it's the beginning of an atomic ant farm. One of them has to have it their way, but who? I'm gonna say Dolores, only because I don't think anything good comes of siding with Timmy on this. I don't think. Day 22. On the topic of atomic ant farm, Dolores put her foot down several times. She swatted and stomped furiously with a look of glee on her face until all the insects were dealt with. Timmy was mortified. Okay. She's starving? Hungry. Sick, hungry. Still can't send Dolores out. I've only gotten mutated MJ one time. Only once. Dolores needs more time to rest. She seems exhausted. MJ is starving. Oof. This is a bad run. Yesterday, during charades, we learned that Mary Jane doesn't know how to spell anti-disestablishmentarianism. And has left Dolores sorely disappointed. She insists on home, or rather, shelter schooling Mary Jane a little. No, we're gonna say no to this. Day 24. Mary Jane made a real scene, complaining that Dolores would never be happy, even if both of her children became president, won Nobel Prizes, and simultaneously became the first people on the moon. Dolores begs to differ. She said she would at least be a little content in this scenario. Okay. Let's see. Dehydrated and dehydrated. Timmy is starving. We have no food. And I can't send anyone out. This is horrible. Hungry. Hungry. Starving. I'm giving Timmy water so he doesn't die. Oh, we can send Dolores out now. We stumbled upon a weird signal when changing radio frequencies. We're pretty sure that behind layers of terrible static and screams we could hear a voice. A voice speaking in a foreign language. Oh dear, what if it's the Soviets? We should probably listen to it, but what about the children? We're gonna listen. We were relieved at first when we figured out it wasn't Soviets we heard. Turned out it was Canadians, which isn't that much better. Either way, they're foreigners and we couldn't understand what they were saying. Not a word. How disappointing. Okay, Dolores, you're gonna get out there, right? Oh, let's give her the map. Or maybe we give her the Boy Scout Bible. I'm gonna give her the Boy Scout Bible instead of the map. The end. I think Timmy ran away. Yep. We had such a good first run. And now it's just been nothing but bad. Hunger drove Timmy away. Okay. Should we do the same challenge or should we do a different challenge? I feel like the game is punishing me. It's like, oh, you want to beat it now? No, you're not going to. Different challenge? I see more difference than same. You guys want me to play the original? Like just the normal game? Would you guys prefer just playing the normal version? I could do that. I've only gotten the army rescue ending.
Thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
Quick one. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh gosh, I gotta collect stuff. Thank you for all the follows, guys, on TikTok. Appreciate it. It's a gas mask. Timmy. Soup. Gone. Lock. Come on. Axe. Oh, I can't. More soup. I need water. And I need, like, the med kit. Where is that? Luggage? Oh, no. Oh, no. Water. Water, 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 water. Go. Go, 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 go. Should I grab my wife? I'm gonna grab my wife. Go! Grab her! Damn it. Bug spray. Med kit? Oh, I can't. Oh, water! Grab the... Oh, this is really bad. Oh my. Go! We did great. We did great, guys. Almost all of us made it to the shelter. Almost. All we can do now is start thinking of creative ways to serve our canned soup. We vaguely remember stashing some things in the shelter because there was no room for them upstairs. Turns out being messy can really work in your favor. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. There's just barely enough water for everyone. We'll have to ration it strictly. This is the best stock shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. I didn't grab MJ, for anyone who's wondering. Wouldn't it be fantastic if we could just get out and leave? Walk the surface like we used to, smell the fumes and pollution. That's the scent of freedom we miss. Day 2. As long as we're safe, we can stay down here. Gonna go ahead and we'll be sending one of them out. We really miss the life we had, the space, the sky, the food, more food. We wish we could go back to a time before this damn bomb dropped. Living in the past is not wise in our current situation. We need to think of today and tomorrow. Been here a long time but haven't talked in the chat yet? Welcome. Welcome to talking in the chat. Okay, I think everyone should be good for now. Some of us are keener to go outside than others. Either way, it's time to choose the most able and responsible person for the quest to gather more supplies. Timmy. Timmy, you got this, okay? Gas mask, Timmy. What do I got against MJ? She just would have been too much to bring down, guys. She would have been too much. Good night, Christmas. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Time to ration. We're gonna wait till tomorrow to give him water. That trash can of ours is getting disgusting. The good news is we don't have much of an appetite when we see it, so we're saving some food. Yet, for some reason, we would like to tidy this mess up. Those giant green cockroaches are a pretty good motivator. Sure. We will do that. And thank you for the follows on TikTok, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. That was close. A nest of those glowing bugs might have been more than enough to drive us out into the wasteland. Roaches are the worst, but radioactive roaches? Yikes. Okay, let's give him water today. Claustrophobia is difficult to fight against, especially in a little cluttered bunker. Maybe we could open the door for just a few minutes. Let some air in. Nope. No air. It's radioactive. Day 6. Someone's knocking. Keeping the door closed was the right thing to do, but the tensions are rising in our tiny little shelter. Okay, they're doing good. What's that sound? A galloping horse? We rushed to the door and were greeted by 2 men dressed like they'd come from a medieval fair. We identified the source of the sound. One of them was holding 2 rocks and hitting them against each other constantly, while the other was skipping and pretending to be a rider. They said they're looking for some antique cup, but they'd got lost and they would be most grateful if we would let them check our map, provided we have one. We don't have a map. We don't have a map. Day 7. We're a week in. Although we tried to decline politely, the guests were clearly offended. They galloped away, waving their wooden swords and screaming something about cutting down shrubberies. Absolutely crazy. Hungry. They're doing good, okay? Every new smell attacks our noses in this little shelter instantly. There isn't much we can miss, so when a single brick fell out from the wall, revealing a tight opening, our senses were immediately invaded by a terrible stench. We should probably check that hole out and see what the source of the smell is. Should I check it or no? If it's good, we get food. If it's bad, it breaks the radio. I'm not doing a challenge. This is the like normal the normal game. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Day 8. Damn it. We approached the hole cautiously and peeked inside. What happened next nearly gave us a heart attack. Some crazed rodent, a reptile, or whatever this crazy mad creature was, leapt out and started jumping all over the damn shelter. It was everywhere. We couldn't catch it. Before we could do anything, it pushed our radio off the table and went back into the hole it crawled from. We never saw it again, and we lost our radio. Dang it. We're either going crazy or this entire shelter is crawling with little insects, or worse. It's worse, they're spiders. And not some miniature ones, but huge, furry, and very creepy beasts. We've got to do something about them. We can't do anything about them, so... Day 9. Timmy! Timmy! Timmy, you legend! Look! He brought back... No, we had the gun. But he brought back stuff, okay? And he brought a new radio back, guys. Legend. We decided we could get rid of those spiders with our bare hands, feet, and whatever other body parts we could use for lethal anti-spider attacks. Unfortunately, we've underestimated their chances. They're really fast. All we achieved was getting tired. Maybe we'll have more luck next time. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. We never liked people who boarded long-distance buses with baggage full of food, especially the kind that smelled bad. But in our current situation, we will be more than happy to find suitcases filled with canned soup, or even some smelly cheese. Our local athletics team was preparing to depart for a championship taking place somewhere in the boondocks. Their bus was full of refreshing water and spare shoes. Unfortunately, none of them were a match for us, so we just took all the water bottles. We found a radio, and it was playing this great song by this one great guy. What a wonderful find. Damn it, our gas mask was damaged during the expedition. We spotted some sort of vehicle just down the street, but couldn't get a good enough look at it in the dark. Maybe future expeditions will prove more fruitful. Okay, let's see. Dehydration, starvation. We can feed them tomorrow, right? I think we're gonna send Dolores out next. Ever since we jumped into our fallout shelter, we've been wondering about that other door in the shelter. Should it even be here? Where does it lead? It's high time we checked it out. I'm scared to check. I'm scared. Should we check it out with our gun, or should we leave it? Curiosity needs to be satisfied. Okay. Ryan, thank you for the heart on TikTok. I'll check it. Day 10. Okay, we still have our gun. We figured the best way to be sure nothing and no one jumps us inside the mysterious room was to bash the door open and start firing. When the smoke was gone, we were able to assess our operation. The room was empty. We hit nothing but the walls, and we barely dodged one ricochet gone bad. Okay. So we found nothing. That's okay. Alright, we're gonna send Dolores out. Right? And... should I send her out with the harmonica? Or not? Or should I send her out with nothing or send her out with the harmonica? And guys, thank you on TikTok for all the follows. I appreciate it. Mouse, hello. Welcome. Give her the axe. She can't hold that axe. The axe is the size of her. I'm giving her the harmonica. She can have that. She's gonna waste the axe. She's just gonna get tired and drop it somewhere. She's gonna be like, I can't carry this heavy axe anymore, and like drop it and be like, oops, I lost it. And then we just lose the axe. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Time to ration. How is he still starving? I fed you yesterday, Ted. Didn't I? We didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the atomic bomb drop, yet here we are. We can clearly hear a phone ringing outside. It must be the public phone booth on the other side of the street. Should someone go answer it? I'm gonna say no for now. Only because I'm afraid they'll get sick. It's way too dangerous to just randomly run to a ringing phone in the middle of a radioactive ghost town. We're not taking any chances. It took a while before the ringing stopped. It was pretty annoying for all of us. Dude, Ted has been on starvation for 3 days in a row, and it's absolutely blowing my mind. We've had to feed him 3 days in a row. It's pissing me off. We stumbled upon a weird signal when changing radio frequencies. We're pretty sure that behind layers of terrible static and screams we could hear a voice. A voice speaking in a foreign language. Oh dear, what if it's the Soviets? We should probably listen to it, but what about the children? We'll go ahead and listen to it.
Thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
Elysium. Thank you for the follow. He's a growing boy, Ted. He's a man. Okay, now he's dehydrated. Look at him. He's a mess. Day 13. We were relieved at first when we figured out it wasn't Soviets we heard. Turned out it was Canadians, which isn't that much better. Either way, they're foreigners and we couldn't understand what they were saying. Not a word. How disappointing. Ted is leeching supplies right now. And guys, thank you for all the follows on TikTok. What was that? A rat? Rats are usually smaller than cats. And what's with the double tail? We can't let that thing get to our supplies. We're gonna use the axe. Day 14. Our cans are saved. Too bad for the hairy mutant. Guess we're still top of the food chain. Good for us. Okay. Timmy is starving. We woke up today feeling very uncomfortable. It was like someone or something was watching us. We could have sworn we noticed movement in the shadows, and if anything besides us is alive in the bunkers, it's time to teach it who's the boss around here. Should I use the gun or the axe? Maybe the axe? Nothing? Axe? Okay. I'm gonna do the axe. Well, we didn't bring MJ with us, and Dolores is on an excursion. She's salvaging supplies. Okay. Whatever it was, it's dead now. Quite dead. Maybe there's more hiding somewhere in one of those nasty little holes. Time to ration supplies. Dehydrated. We can keep sitting on our backsides here in this tiny little bunker, or we can start thinking about getting away as far as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighborhood? We could do it on our own, the escaping part, not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our eyes and ears open. I didn't bring their daughter? No. No, I didn't bring MJ, okay? Okay. Oh, look! Dolores came back! She's sick, but that's okay. Good news, the government made a radio broadcast about extracting survivors from our area. The announcer asked everyone listening to wait a while longer and expect further communication in a few days. We'll be out of here soon. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. We spotted an untouched store with many products inside, even food different than tomato soup. A real treat in these post-apocalyptic times. When we were about to reach it, a terrible noise made us stop in our tracks. Something heavy fell straight from the sky, crashing into the store and destroying it completely. After dust settled, we realized we were looking at a spaceship. Just like in Timmy's comics. Could it be saucer men from Mars? Then why does it bear American flag on the side and the logo of something called Astro Citizen? Could it be infiltration? Crafty little alien buggers. Under a bunch of metal space junk, we found a tired old teddy bear and some supplies. The bear looked disappointed. We ended up turning him around.
Thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
We could not handle his judgmental button eyes. Jay, thank you for the follow. And we got +2 soup and water. Someone stuffed a bunch of items into a big sock. Not sure how the sock made it through the crash, but it somehow succeeded at protecting the supplies inside. And we got cards. We were tempted to take a bunch of jewelry that was rolling around the debris, but what would we do with it? Instead, we adopted some things that survived thanks to being stuck in an empty space helmet. A checkerboard. We thought this dark alley with supplies neatly stacked at the end looked promising, but to our complete surprise, it was an ambush. A bandit came out of nowhere trying to intimidate us with a rifle and some really bad breath, both aimed in our direction. We panicked, tossed something at him, and made a run for it. The harmonica we threw hit him right in the forehead, knocking him unconscious, and we got a map. A bunch of radioactive dust got stuck inside of our harmonica when we took it outside. Well, it was fun while it lasted. The vehicle down the street looked like someone's work in progress. We observed it from afar. Who could the owner be? We've kept our distance for the time being, but we may want to take a closer look in the future. This could potentially be our ticket out of here. Okay. Hungry, thirsty, hungry, tired, sick. I'll give her food. Tired, hungry. Ted might be able to survive an expedition. Ooh. Welcome in, Jay. She's like the mag of this family? What does that mean? Okay. During the night, we heard some suspicious sounds coming from behind our door. When we peeked out in the morning, we saw a leather suitcase. It has no address or name on it, but we're pretty sure it's meant for us. Should we open it? Yeah, you guys are all saying yes? Okay, we'll open it. We will open it. Day 17. Oh no, it was bad. Now Ted is sick. Inside the suitcase, we found some soup, but yuck, it expired a long time ago. We're not feeling very well. Some of us spend the whole morning using the bucket in the corner. We're not accepting anonymous gifts ever again. Oh my goodness. Timmy. We gotta send Timmy out. We gotta send Timmy out. What can I send him with? The map? I can send him with the map. Send you into, like, the middle. Damn. TikTok chat is out to sabotage? Yeah, TikTok, it's all your fault. Everyone, shame on TikTok. Shame on TikTok. Okay, Timmy, you got this. Day 18. They're both sick. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Timmy, please. dehydrated, hungry. I'm gonna feed them every day in the hopes that they just become unsick. We have a working radio, why not use it? Maybe we'll be able to catch a broadcast or two. Use it. I'm sorry, I followed the crowd. No, it's okay, guys. We couldn't have known what the outcome would be since it's totally up to chance. Totally up to chance. Once had we waited through all the static, we found a transmission that was hosted by some nut talking about conspiracies and saucer men from Mars abducting people. It was pretty amusing. Sick, hungry, tired, sick. It's been a while. We don't know much about what's happening on the surface. If we only had a chance to tune into some emergency radio broadcasts and learn a thing or two. Day 20. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into the government's emergency announcement service, and guess what? Great news! The fallout outside has mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel on the surface now. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the game is like almost entirely RNG. Almost entirely. So with a lot of these events, it can be good, bad, or neutral. Okay, let's see. Okay, at least Dolores is no longer sick. So I'm gonna I think he needs one more day of food and he should be better. What in the hell are those sounds? Are they coming from the goddamn walls? They're driving us crazy. Is something crawling in the air vents? Relax, take a deep breath. We should probably calm down before we start tearing them down. Maybe try something relaxing for a bit. Play some cards. I never brought MJ into the shelter. I kind of left her behind. Having some fun made us forget about, what was it again? Oh, you're still sick. Damn it, Ted. Okay. We didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the atomic bomb drop, yet here we are. We can hear a phone ringing outside. It must be the public phone booth on the other side of the street. Should someone go answer it? I'm gonna send Ted, since he's already sick. And, yeah, he can answer the phone. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. I don't want to give him more food. He's just consuming and not getting any better. Ted. You know what? I'm gonna give him one more day's worth of food, and if he's not better tomorrow, then we're done. We're cutting him off. Life in the shelter can really put a strain on personal relationships. Privacy is a forgotten, impossible concept now, so even if you wanted to clear the air, well, even the most private conversations are guaranteed an unwanted audience. Dolores and Ted could really use a quiet moment to talk in peace. How about a picnic in a nearby park? I've never seen this one before. Should I let them go on a picnic? Honestly, no. For the plot, the funny part is like they're alone right now. It's the funny part's they're alone. Does this game always have updates? I haven't seen it update too much. Okay, you know what? I want to know what happens if they go out. I want to know. So I'm going to send them out. I want to point out that they only have one child now and he's gone on an adventure and they're alone. I know, but I want to know. I've never had this. Day 23. Nothing like a romantic outing to a ruined, post-apocalyptic park, complete with giggling and whispering sweet nothings over a shared can of tomato soup. At least that's how Ted remembers it. Dolores is unwilling to comment, but they both feel better today, so clearly whatever happened has lifted their spirits. Okay, they're better, but Ted! Sick! What do I do with you, Ted? You're a grown man. Everything is shaking, cans are jumping all over the place. If this had happened after we drank that delicious wine for supper a few weeks back, it would seem perfectly normal. It's either another nuke or a quake. Either way, we need to grab something before everything gets smashed to pieces. Give Ted some water? He's fine. He doesn't need it. Why? Why are you guys yelling about what? He's only sick. Why? If I give him water and he's not healthy tomorrow, I'm taking all your names down. I'm gonna write them all down on my hand. Okay? Day 24. Timmy! Timmy's back. Timmy's sick now. Oh, he brought back so much water. Earthquake or not, nothing is going to stand between us and our daily dose of radio static. We were able to grab it before it could fall down and get smashed. Something else might be broken, but we won't know until we've cleaned this place up. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. We used to visit our local cinema so often that we could travel there blindfolded. It wasn't that surprising when this was where our feet took us, almost without involving our brains in the process. When we recognized the sign of the food stand sticking from between the rubble, we were hoping to find some popcorn, but there was none. But the tomato soup dispenser was still working. Yay. The cinema had a strict policy of not bringing your own drinks into the movie hall. Seems like somebody broke the rules a little. We found a lot of bottles in the last row of the hall. Some were even full. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. TikTok chat. Ted is healthy. Ted is healthy, okay? I take back my angry words. Okay? I take them back. Dolores, why are you tired? You've been fed? You've been drinking? Why are you tired, Dolores? Now only Ted is vigorous enough to withstand the hazards of the wasteland. All right, Ted's going out next. The vehicle that was spotted on earlier expeditions turned out not to be a shameless bandit trap. For now, it was an ice cream truck armored with metal pieces, with an actual antique cannon fitted on top, and all covered with skulls and bones. It was missing wheels, but we're certain we could make it functional again with the proper equipment. But we don't have the equipment. Drinking. How do you win? You gotta survive. You gotta survive. It's a pipe dream for now anyway. Plus, does anyone still remember how to change out a wheel? It's something of a dying art here in the wasteland. Okay. Ted's doing great. Ted is fantastic right now. Give Timmy some more food. We're gonna send Ted out. Ted, take the map, Ted. Take the map. You're gonna go... You know what? I'm gonna send Ted to, like, the corner. I've never done that. I don't know what it's gonna do. Here, we'll send him to this corner. It seems like there's, like, more things over here. I don't know what it'll do, but it's fine. Welcome back, Shina. What's my personal best? I don't know. Like, do you mean how many days have I lasted? Timmy has street cred with that fro. Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. Alright. Dehydrated and dehydrated. Some more food. A sleazy looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal for just 1 can of soup. We get the bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside, and the trader gives us angry glances every time we take a step towards the mysterious bag. Should we make a deal? This is for the cat. Should we get the cat? You guys want the cat? Sharikov? Okay, we'll sacrifice a food can for a cat. Okay. What will the cat do? The cat is actually useful at times. The cat will fight the bugs for us. Look at it. Look at it has such a smug face, this cat. Can we eat the cockroaches? I mean, is that something you do? Ted's allergic, he can deal with it. Solar, thank you for the heart on TikTok. Day 27. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to be just an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down in the corner to clean itself. Its collar says Sharikov. Is that its name? Indeed. Okay, let's see how they're doing. Hungry, fatigued. Tired, fatigued, sick. We'll give him food again. We're getting so low on food. Today, an army broadcast interrupted our, let's just call it breakfast. Anyway, they seemed very eager to evacuate us away from here, but then went over several things that needed to happen before they do it. The first item on the list is up to us. We were given geographical coordinates and need to get there to leave a sign we're still alive. This should be easy with a map, but Ted took the map, so we don't have one. Day 28. We were sure we could find the location without a map. We were wrong. Hopefully we'll get lucky next time. She's starving? Okay. Timmy is no longer sick, so fantastic. What was that? Did the radio static just stop for a moment? Let's try tuning in on that signal. Day 29. Nothing, and nothing. We could hear nothing but the annoying static. Better luck next time. Fatigued, thirsty, hungry. Okay, they're doing good. And for everyone on TikTok, thank you for the follows. I appreciate it. My voice is so nice, and I'm such a good reader. Thank you. I feel like I stumble over my words sometimes because I read really fast, but thank you. Alright. We got a visit today from a person with a physical mutation. He managed to grow several extra fully operational hands. He shared the story of his group with us, people with other deformities who, despite the circumstances, remain friendly and struggle to gather supplies. Wherever they go, people just shoo them away in fear of getting sick. He promises that if we gift him some supplies, his group will help us get rid of bandits the next time they bother us. We have plenty of water, so I will take him up on that. Day 30. Ted is back. Ted? Did you get food? What did you do, Ted? Whether it was pity or just fear of bandits, we're not sure, but in the end, we agreed to his terms. We will be calmer knowing that someone else is looking out for us, especially someone with so many arms. Ted has returned from his voyage to the surface. A pile of car wrecks revealed that we stumbled across a big parking lot. Almost no cars survived the blast wave, but we went between the wrecks to explore anyway. Under the burnt remains of a picnic table, we found some bottled water. Those bottles were not in the best state, but their contents looked perfectly drinkable. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. All he brought back was 2 water. That's a bummer. It's a big bummer. Okay. We are very, very, very short on food. Dolores is in pretty good shape, so I think Dolores will go out tomorrow. Sharkov is still a fresh addition to our little family, so we need to keep an eye on it. And believe it or not, just today we noticed something else on its collar. It seems to be a metal plate with an address on it. And it's not far. Should we take a quick trip and see what's there? Sure. Sure. Day 31. Before we reached the end of our street, we were stopped by 2 men wearing dark coats and stylish hats. They rushed towards the cat to pick him up, saying they'd been looking for him for a while now. Supposedly, Sharkov belongs to an old lady who's rather fond of it and misses the little guy dearly. We shrugged and went back to our shelter. The cat didn't seem to care, so why should we? Good thing we didn't get too attached to it the last few days. Alright. Time to ration. Starving! Also starving. Fatigued. I'm scared to send out Timmy again. So I am gonna send out Dolores with the map, and hopefully she comes back. Sharkov was a silly little guy. Don't worry. He's still a silly little guy. Okay. Day 32. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Dehydrated. Fatigued. There's nothing more annoying than silence, and that's all we're getting from our radio. No music, no talking, nothing. Is there anything we can do with the radio to make it work again? We sure know staring at it won't help. I'm afraid to mess with the radio here. So I'm gonna say no, because sometimes they break it. I'm gonna say no. Someone's knocking. We're sure they're experiencing technical issues. Yes, that's it. Everything will be just fine. Hungry, fatigued. Thirsty, fatigued, hungry. We were paid a visit today by a young man worried about his twin sister who went missing in a bandit camp not long ago, while acting as a spy and trying to get her hands on the plans of the new bandit fortress. He seems to trust us fully and is very friendly, but obviously concerned. He asks that we come to his aid in his hour of need, and really good things might happen to us if we manage to succeed. We're gonna help the twins because they might help us back. You know? Sharkov! Welcome back. Day 34. The young man was assisted by a group of other survivors, all armed but really friendly. We found the girl, threw her a weapon, and fought off the bandits guarding the exit. Siblings were happy to be reunited, but also very confused. Turns out the bandit leader is actually their father. Crazy, small world we live in. Anyway, they were really thankful and promised to contact us again soon. To our surprise, we found Sharkov back in our shelter this morning. We're not exactly sure why or how it came back. Is it our good care it appreciates, our kind hearts, optimism, or just our stockpile of soup cans? Only time will tell. Okay. Timmy's hungry. And he needs water. All right, looking good. The wasteland is full of surprises, like this man on the other side of our door, knocking and claiming that he is willing to offer a lot for decent ammunition. Shall we trade? I don't have ammunition for him, and I think he gets mad if we give him the checkers board. So I'm not gonna give him anything, and we just have to suffer not getting anything from him. Unfortunato. Day 35. We could tell the stranger was disappointed, but that was none of our business. If ever was a time to get used to life being disappointing, the end of the world is probably it. Okay, he's starving. Okay, I'm doing okay. A loud crash, a surprise shriek, and a bit of debris falling from our ceiling. Truly a recipe for a good start to the day. As it turns out, Sharkov found a new toy. A bit of innocuous wiring that it ripped out of the wall. Who knows what the cable's for, but our lights are still on, so it can't be that important, right? Should we take the wire away from our fluffy friend and investigate it? Yeah. Investigation time. Day 36. We followed the wire outside and found a half-burned-out truck with two surprised gentlemen inside, surrounded by an array of blinking bulbs. That's some space tech right there. Were they listening in on our very own shelter? Their feeble excuse about a roadside picnic didn't convince us. Even Timmy knows you can't have picnics here, and the car had no wheels. Okay. Ted is dehydrated. Timmy is starving. The agents who are spying on us are now at the door and want to explain themselves. Should we hear them out? I'm gonna hear them out. Have I ever seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation? I've never heard of that, no. Day 37. Look, oh, Dolores is back, but without a shred of food. Dolores hasn't brought back a single can of food and the map is wrecked? Oh dear, guys. Oh dear. That's bad. Oh. Okay. They briefly waved some sort of ID cards in front of our faces and told us they're on a top secret government mission. The wiretap wasn't to spy on us, but rather on the cat. It's suspected of being a Soviet agent. They're willing to let us into their super top secret government safe house if we help them with some of their top secret missions. They've assured us that they'd contact us again with more details. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. It turned out that calling an ambulance is not an option anymore. We reached the hospital. It's in the ruins. Oh, it's in ruins, but part of it turned out to still be standing, more or less. We've decided to go through the rubble and make the best of it. There were plenty of bottles of liquid in one of the wards. Peroxide or not, water is water and beggars can't be choosers? That's inaccurate. Do not drink peroxide.
Thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
Kitty, thank you for the follow. It was hard to find a fully equipped first aid kit. It's a hospital after all, but we got... Oh, it wasn't hard. We got a med kit. Oh, and we got a gas mask. One of the surviving hospital beds had a gas mask hanging on it, along with a note that read, "Wear this. Patient smells really bad." Our map really took a beating during our expedition. It's nearly unusable now. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. And guys on TikTok, thank you so much for all the follows on TikTok. I'm playing on PC. Yeah, peroxide would be useful, you know, as like a disinfectant. I'm not gonna feed any of them. They seem okay. And Ted is doing good. We're gonna send Ted out next, I think. Today, the music from the radio stopped abruptly, and instead, we got to listen to a transmission from the army. We were almost halfway to the door when they started talking about evacuation, but it turns out there's something we need to do first. All survivors were asked to leave a sign that we're alive somewhere in the area. The exact location was given in geographical coordinates. We need a map to establish where that is. We don't have a map. Day 38. We were sure we could find the location without a map. We were wrong. Hopefully, we'll get lucky next time. Timmy's in terrible shape. Oh no, he's fine. Just need some water. We're definitely gonna send out Ted next. What can I send him out with that's useful? I'm gonna send him out empty-handed, guys. I'm not gonna give him anything. Hey, Park. It is a cool game. Oh, Haley, thank you. I don't know if this game is on mobile, actually. I'm not sure. And I failed to collect MJ at the start of the game, so yeah. Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. Time to ration. Oh no, Timmy! I'm gonna feed Timmy tomorrow. We'll feed Timmy tomorrow. Yeah. Hear that? It sounds like a herd of animals are stampeding just above our heads across what used to be our beautiful lawn. They're not getting away with that. It might be a perfect opportunity to get some fresh food. Who should go hunting? Dolores, you got this, right? Who should I send? Claw, you don't have to make it sound like that. I think I'm gonna do Dolores. I don't know who the better choice is here, but hopefully we have good RNG. Day 40. Well, if we ever had a bad idea, this excursion definitely makes the top of the top 5 list. Everything was going well until we realized it's a velociraptor herd, or something that looked like one. Even if they weren't, their hunger for flesh was equal to that of the dinosaurs. Our expedition discovered this the hard way. Oh my gosh. What in the... If Sharkov considers our shelter its home now, we might as well try to get along. We could try to carry it around and pet it on the head. All cats like a good pet, and Sharkov should hopefully be no exception. Otherwise, any attempt to touch the cat could lead to our untimely deaths. Should we try to play with him? I'm gonna play with the cat. And Irvin Marquez, thank you for the finger heart and the rose. Appreciate it. I'm gonna say yes. Okay, day 41. It's worth the risk of death. We actually rubbed its head before it ran away in panic. It was nice and soft. They say petting a fluffy animal is good for you, and sure enough, we feel slightly better. Who came up with this insane idea? This is a wild beast. It can't be tamed. The encounter has left us with both physical and emotional scars. One thing's for sure, we won't ever try to pet it again. Timmy got hurt. Damn it, Timmy. No. I'm gonna give him water because we have so much and he's hungry, so I want to try to, like, stave the hunger. A traveling salesman paid us a visit today. He introduced himself as Willie. Apparently business can do well, even after the end of the world. I'm gonna trade the cards for the soup. Did he draw his mom on the top of the page? Yep. Ted is on an excursion. He should be back any day now. We made a deal with the salesman and helped him pack. He strolled away into the wasteland like he knew exactly where he was going next. Okay, Timmy. I don't want to heal him yet. We were admiring the radioactive landscape when we saw a young woman dressed in ragged camo clothing. She had a nasty-looking rifle, but she hailed us in a polite enough manner. She claims to be a hunter tracking a big, mutated spider. She ran out of ammo and told us that if we were to help her out, she would pay us back in a while. We don't have any ammo. Day 43. An armed person who murders things for a living? Giant mutated spiders in our neighborhood? We don't want to have anything to do with this stuff. Goodbye, lady. I like giving her ammo, but we just don't have any. Fatigued, hurt, hungry. We're gonna leave him again. What does RNG mean? Random number generation? Something like that? Am I wrong? RNG? Yeah, it's like so like when it's in gaming, it means that there is a random chance for events to happen, basically. So while like you can be, they'll give you like events like this, and some of them have multiple options that can happen depending on your decision. And it's going to be random. There's usually no way to know for sure. When we hear a knock on the door and decide to open, our heart rate always goes up a bit. Fortunately, this time it wasn't some bloodthirsty raiders, but the brother and sister that we befriended some time ago. They're quite ambitious. Together with their group, they're trying to construct a few houses and make a small camp. If we have an axe, we could help them with the construction. Let's help them. We might as well help them. No. Ted. Ted didn't make it, guys. He didn't make it. It's over. We got a few splinters, but the work is done. We even had some fun. It was almost like building that treehouse in our backyard all over again. The group and their leaders appreciated our help and said they would definitely let us know when the whole thing is finished so we can come and visit them. Ted's been outside for far too long and still has not returned. We fear he isn't coming back. Dang it. Day 44. Ted did not return. You perished. Darn. Big darn. Should we do the main game again? Or should we do a challenge? Thank you for the follows on TikTok, guys. Thank you. And for everyone on TikTok, I also stream on Twitch. I have a Linktree link in my bio, so if you're on Twitch as well, I always stream there. Main. See, main, challenge, main. Yeah, there's different challenges in the game that are slightly different than just playing the main game. Main game. I want to see the challenges. You know what? You know what, guys? I'm gonna put up a poll. I'll put up a poll really quick. I'll do a quick poll. Okay? challenge. Okay, let's.
Thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
Eli Belly? Ellie Belly? Thank you for the follow. And guys on TikTok, thank you so much for the follows. I'm putting up a poll for Tico Taco and for Twitch. Okay, polls are up. So you guys can vote. Ooh,
Thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
Caitlin, thank you for the follow. Welcome. I see more for main than for challenge. I could go for a Tico Taco. I'm just vibing, so whatever you want. Nice. Nice. No, you don't have to apologize. Thanks for following. Appreciate it. Wow, why is it always opposite? Why is it always, whenever we do polls with TikTok and Twitch, Twitch votes one way and then TikTok votes the other? It's so weird. I don't understand it. Yeah, we're playing 60 seconds. Reatomized. Mortal enemies. But I think we're gonna do main because I am trying to get other endings on the main game. No, I'm not actually banning people on Twitch. That's like my follow alert. It's my follow alert. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do main game because that's the larger vote, I think. That's the larger vote. So we're gonna do that. All right, here we go, guys. Main game. Do you guys want me to get MJ? Do you guys want me to grab MJ or should I leave her out? Drew, thank you for the raid. I don't know why my alert didn't play, but thank you for the raid. Can we do a shout out for Drew? And anyone who's here, if you don't know Drew the Dude, you gotta go follow him on Twitch and on TikTok. Leave her. MJ says hi. Welcome, Raiders. We're playing 60 seconds. What is that sound? Is that the game? Is that the game? Why is it making that sound? Marcus, hello. Miss Raya, hello. Starlock. I don't know why it's making this sound, but MJ is up in the air, okay? Where's that sound coming from? Oh my gosh, that was driving me crazy. You beat all of the challenges? Hold on. Gas masks right here.
Thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
Nerdy Ewan. Thank you for the follow. Come here, Timmy. Come here, Map. I gotta grab one more thing. Water. Axe. I'm sorry, I can't grab MJ here. I need to grab other things. More important items like my wife and this flashlight. Oh god, we need food, guys. We need food. Where's food? Oh no! This is horrible. I want the gun. Oh, I need. Oh, wait. Why is there like no food anywhere? 2, 3, 4. Come on. MJ, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, MJ. Oh, I didn't mean to grab. No! No, we can't grab anything else. Watch a guy who's trying to get 365 days and he always left MJ. Should I redo it or no? We got a lot of food. I can only get so much stuff, guys, and MJ is a lesser priority for me. You know what? Let's just see how this goes, okay? Oh, I didn't get the Boy Scout Bible. I didn't get the Boy Scout Bible. Let's just try it. Let's just see. We never know how it'll go, and it might go well, okay? Almost all of us made it to the shelter, almost. All we can do now is start thinking of creative ways to serve our canned soup. Our shelter used to be fully stocked, but somehow we always found a better way to use the stocked supplies instead of leaving them for an emergency. Once we had a soup dinner party, another time we needed the rifle to help our neighborhood watch in a vicious fight against raccoons. Excuse me, luckily, some of the supplies were left untouched. The ammo. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. There's just barely enough water for everyone. We will have to ration it strictly. This is the best stocked shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. Okay, Ted. Okay, everyone's good. It's hard being down here, living here. We need to make the best of it, or else we might find ourselves in even more trouble. Day 2. And everyone on TikTok, thank you so much for the follows there. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It's easy to feel a bit down when living underground like this. No sunshine, no sky. We need to get rid of that pessimism and try to bring some cheerfulness into our lives. Okay, everyone should be fine today. I think I'll send Timmy out first. We're either going crazy or this entire shelter is crawling with little insects, or worse. It's worse, they're spiders, and not some miniature ones, but huge, furry, and very creepy beasts. We've got to do something about them. Day 3. We decided we could get rid of those spiders with our bare hands, feet, and whatever other body parts we could use for lethal anti-spider attacks. Unfortunately, we've underestimated their chances. They're really fast. All we achieved was getting tired. Maybe we'll have more luck next time. Thirsty. Thirsty. Timmy, you got this. Timmy's going out. Day 4.
Thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
Lacey Lou, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. They should be dehydrated, but we're gonna wait till tomorrow. We never thought we'd live to see a dancing cockroach. We still haven't, but we saw one that was nearly as big as a cat. The good news is, they've probably scared off any rats in the area. The bad news is, they're huge and will probably attack us when they get the chance. Or get a chance, rather. We don't have anything to deal with them, so we're gonna leave that alone. And we have a cockroach now.
Thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
Lana Lee, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Day 5. Oh my, that thing is huge. And there goes another one. Roaches everywhere. We're doomed. We already feel all dirty. Dehydrated. We were never huge fans of mushrooms, but with a colony of them growing on one of the walls, we've changed our loyalties. We're all about mushrooms now. Should we eat them? I want to say no, because we could get sick from eating them, I think. Although we're probably going to get sick from the cockroaches. I'm going to say no. Yeah. Day 6.
Thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
clitoris. That's a word. Thank you for the follow. We may be hungry, but there are just some things we will never eat. Well, fungus is one of them. All right. They're not even hungry. Oh, Ted's hungry, but that's okay. There are only so many things you can do in a tiny bunker, so we thought, hey, why not play some games? They're not just for kids, you know. Day 7. We're a week in, guys. We're 1 week in. I didn't bring the radio. Oh, that's unfortunate. We thought playing the silent game would be a good idea. The silence was too annoying and we quickly stopped. Hungry, hungry. Our ammunition is missing. There's no way it was stolen, so it has to be here somewhere. We need to find it. Oh, Timmy. Timmy, that was quick. What happened, Timmy? Found it. The ammunition clip was covered by a can. Too bad it was empty, but at least we have our bullets back. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. We spotted an unknown group of people scavenging in our neighborhood. They had lots of bags and backpacks, too many even. They were really busy and didn't notice when one of their backpacks—
Thank you for the follow, but I just banned you.
—went missing. With a little help from us. Lucky find. There were some cans inside. Oh, it's soup. We got a can of soup. 3 dogs. Thank you for the follow. Damn it, our gas mask was damaged during the expedition. We spotted some sort of vehicle just down the street, but couldn't get a good enough look at it in the dark. Maybe future expeditions will prove more fruitful. Oh. Ted is starving already? We'll feed him tomorrow, but that's kind of crazy. No, I'll feed him today because I'm gonna send him out. No, we'll send out Dolores next. Oh yeah, whoa. Okay. The roaches seem to get more organized with every passing day. At first it was just 1 or 2 of them, but nowadays we see small columns of them marching through the shelter. We need to deal with this situation before their civilization becomes superior to ours. I have nothing to deal with them with. Living with roaches can't be too bad, right? Even if they're stealing your pillows, socks, and wallets. Why would roaches even need wallets? And that smell is horrible. Okay, we're gonna feed Ted. Dolores. Ooh, she's not doing too hot. Timmy's starving. Well, everyone gets food today, and Dolores is going out with— You know what? I'm gonna send her out empty-handed. Because I want to keep the map here in case we need it for, like, someone coming to our door wanting to look at the map. Thank you for the follows on TikTok, guys. I really appreciate it. Day 10. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Ted, how are you still starving? Why do you do this to me, Ted? Timmy didn't say a word about it, but when he was outside, he scratched his hand on a wire or some other rusty piece of metal. His wound is not looking pretty, and we need to do something about it. Here's my thought process, guys. I want to use the fire axe. I'm afraid that if one of them gets sick, we might end up needing the med kit. But maybe we won't. Maybe we can cure them with food. The axe is supposed to fix it. Because they cauterize the wound. But it breaks the axe usually. Axe. Okay, I'll use the axe. Day 11. Okay. Timmy was very brave about the idea of cleaning up his wound with a heated axe blade. It was a bit painful, but it was soon over. The axe is in no shape to be used again, but Timmy seems much better. Ouch. The axe slipped just a bit, but that must have hurt. Timmy. Okay. Timmy's okay. He's still hurt? This is a joyful time in a sea of grief. It's Timmy's birthday today, just like last year. We waited until the last moment to get him a present, but this time our options are limited to whatever we can find in the shelter. What is he getting this year? Checkerboard. It doesn't always hurt him. You guys gotta remember, it's RNG. It doesn't always hurt him. It's a chance for everything. So whenever you guys are like, told you, it's like, no, you didn't tell. You didn't know. It's random. Okay? It's random. When we were taking cover in the shelter, we barely had any time to grab anything, so the checkers set is missing half its pieces. It seems you can still play with one half since Timmy has been enjoying himself. Hungry, tired, hungry, hurt. It's high time we stopped wondering about what's going on and started asking questions, or at least listen to some reasonable answers. So how about tuning to a radio station and learning a thing or two about the brave new world? We don't have a radio, unfortunato. They say ignorance is bliss. Another day without any clue what's going on might not necessarily kill us. It's day 13. Hungry, thirsty, starving. Oh, another radio event. We can keep sitting on our backsides here in this tiny little bunker. We can start thinking about getting away as far as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighborhood? We could do it on our own. The escaping part, not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our eyes and ears open. Day 14. If there's one thing we need to do, it's to use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcasts that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that, or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. Timmy. Dehydration, starvation. What about you, Timmy? Dehydrated? It seems that for every cockroach we squash with our boots, 2 others take its place. It's time to do something about it before we get completely overrun. We can't do anything about it. Nothing. Oh no, now Ted is sick. Sick from the cockroaches. Living with roaches can't be too bad, right? Even if they're stealing your pillows, socks, and wallets. Why would roaches even need wallets? And that smell is horrible. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna... One of the cupboards in the shelter was a bit shaky, so we pulled it out to give it a new home. In the process, we discovered a secret door. Where does it lead? No idea, but let's find out. Should we find out with our flashlight where the secret door leads or no? And thank you guys on TikTok for the follows, and thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, we'll use it. Let's see. Hopefully it's not the alligator thing. Phone's ringing. Oh wow, while looking through the room with a flashlight, we ran into an old rifle that used to belong to Grandpa Bill. We believe he brought it back from Europe after World War I. It seems to be in working order, even though in his final years, Bill was more concerned with smoking like a chimney and trying on his beret? I don't know that word. hungry sick. Well, you know what? We'll feed him. Agony. We gotta help Timmy. Beret? It is beret. Okay, okay. I thought it was, but I was not 100% sure. Day 16. We didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the atomic bomb drop, yet here we are. We can clearly hear a phone ringing outside. It must be the public phone booth on the other side of the street. Should someone go answer it? I'm gonna send Ted. Ted, you got this. Oh, dear. What the F? Dolores and Ted are sick, but look, we've got a Boy Scout Bible. That's fantastic. We don't have a lot of water though. A little concerning. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. Our house is in ruins. We still haven't paid the mortgage. No need to worry about that now, is there? The least we could do was pick through whatever was left and see if there are any useful items. Maybe one of Timmy's comic books survived. The only recognizable furniture in the kids' room were burned desks and Mary Jane's bed. There was a hidden stash under the bed. It was full of soup cans. Our kitchen is a pile of rubble. It took us weeks to find those lovely chairs that matched the floor tiles. Now they were nowhere to be found. Only a few bottles of water remained scattered in the dirt. Only a handful of books survived the apocalypse. They were scattered all over our lawn. Many of them were badly burned, but a Boy Scout Bible with the number 13 scribbled on the first page was barely touched. The muddy swamp, which used to be our toilet, is now home to something that remotely resembles a mutated turtle. After exchanging a few pleasantries, it gave us an anti-bug spray and wished us all the best of luck. The vehicle down the street looked like someone's work in progress. We observed it from afar. Who could the owner be? We've kept our distance for the time being, but we may want to take a closer look in the future. This could potentially be our ticket out of here. Hi, Sorelia. Nice to see you. Yeah, Dolores didn't do bad. I wish we had a radio. I wish we had a radio. We'll send Timmy out next. So easy to escalate silly arguments and close quarters don't help. We were chatting and then suddenly we were fighting and fighting. Let's hope we'll get over this soon. Oops, sorry guys. I bonked my mic. Day 18. We could barely sleep after all that arguing. Let's hope this won't happen again. Okay, Timmy. I'm gonna send Timmy out with the Boy Scout Bible. Alright, guys? Nothing can go wrong as long as there is Boy Scout Bible. Josh, thank you for the rose. I appreciate it. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Time to ration. Sick. Dehydrated. I'm gonna give them both food again. Hopefully that cures their sick. It seems that for every cockroach we squash with our boots, the other takes its place. Time to do something about it before we get completely overrun. I'm gonna spray them. I'm gonna spray them. Yeah, I didn't bring MJ. I didn't bring MJ, guys. I ran out of time. I wasn't intending to leave her, but I also wasn't intending to bring her. I was kind of like, if it's convenient to grab her at some point, I'll grab her, but it wasn't. We've won the battle, and maybe even the whole war. After the massacre was over, we tidied up the cockroach remains and dumped them next to our shelter door. Let that be a warning to all the other insects out there. Don't mess with us. Okay, Ted is still sick. Dolores is still sick. Let's feed them again. Maybe this will be the last day. We don't have a radio for this. We're wanting to listen to the radio to make contact with the military, but we cannot. We cannot. Day 21. Okay, Dolores is better. It's good. If there's one thing we need to do, it's use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcasts that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. Ted. It's really weird when you get that feeling that something is watching you. Our shelter is tiny, but this has been bugging us for a while now. We checked all the closets and no one's hiding there. Is there something alive down here besides us? Maybe a rodent of some kind. If so, we need to show it that we are the dominant species in this little paradise of ours. Should we attack whatever might be watching us? Should we attack it or no? Leave it? No? I know it could break. Okay, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. I kind of agree. Day 22. 22. Oh no! As we were running around looking for something to smash that furry rodent with, it just disappeared. So did one of our food cans. The question is, how did that devil fit it through one of those little holes? Damn it. It's baloney. That is baloney. We took some time examining our map and found it had some abnormal symbols scribbled in a few places. It appeared as if someone had hidden something in the area and provided directions to it. Should we send someone to investigate? I'm gonna send Dolores, I think. I'm gonna send Dolores. Day 23. Did we get anything? We lost our map? Why is this happening? We were following the map directions closely. So closely we ended up walking right into a pile of rubble and ruining the damn thing. Guess the treasure hunt is over. Do you guys want the cat? A sleazy-looking trader, carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder, paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal. For just one can of soup, we get the bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside, and the trader gives us angry glances every time we take a step towards the mysterious bag. Should we make a deal? Everyone wants the cat. Everyone wants the cat. Oh, good. Ted's not sick anymore. As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to just be an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down in the corner to clean itself. Its collar says Sharkov. Is that its name? Okay, here you go. Oh. Water here, there, okay, there you go. Okay. Today we were visited by a strange-looking little man who introduced himself as a trader. He insisted his prices are so low that it's practically like cutting his own throat. The least we could do was take a look at his offer, although for some reason we don't really trust him. I don't think I want to trade with this guy. What endings have I gotten? I've only gotten the one where the army rescues you. Otherwise, all my other endings have been bad. Good night, overthinker. I hope you have a good night. And Josh, thank you for the heart me. Appreciate it. Okay. I'm not gonna trade. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. I've tried talking to the Wastelanders. I just never make it, Drew. I just don't make it. Okay? Despite his desperate attempts to sell us all kinds of things, useless and not, we turned down the man's offer. It's probably for the better. He did look quite untrustworthy. Right. Ted is dehydrato. Dolores is great. When someone knocked on the door, we were suspicious and cautious, but after a few minutes of talking, it turned out it was just a group of old ladies who were at a tea party not far from here when the bombs dropped. We thought it would only be good manners to talk to them face to face. When we opened the door, those old bats attacked us with their umbrellas, canes, and something that looked like a spiked table leg. We need to fight back. F them up. No mercy. Shoot them down. Take them out. They've lived a full life, okay? They've lived a long, full life. They don't need any more. That's right. And Timmy's back. It's not surprising that a few shots were enough to send those cowards running. The question is, what happens if the rifle malfunctions or we use all of our ammo? We do hope it won't come to that, otherwise we might need to defend ourselves using knives and forks. Oh, damn it, we spoke too soon. We think the gun is broken. What do we do now? We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. And he brought back the Boy Scout Bible. We were hoping this expedition would be successful. Too bad that it was not the... That was not the case? Timmy! You had the Boy Scout Bible! Nothing could have gone wrong! What... It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. Timmy. A note on our doorstep took us all by surprise. In it, we found a request to bring some supplies to a set location, signed Friends. Friends? What kind of friends? We don't know who these people are, but here's our chance to find out. They're promising to make it worth our while. Should we help them? I'm gonna say yes because I feel like it's gonna be the twins. And, yeah. Do they ever use the gun without breaking it? Rarely. Rarely. Day 27. The authors of the note turned out to be twin siblings, a brother and a sister. They greeted us happily and took us to a small tent where they started handing out the supplies we brought to a small group of hungry survivors. Between them were people of all ages, including children, the elderly, and even a mime. The siblings shook our hands and proclaimed this the beginning of a new friendship. They promised to contact us again soon. Okay, Timmy? Starving? Dolores, hungry, thirsty? I'm not gonna feed her, but I am gonna send her out. Dolores, I bequeath you the Boy Scout Bible. Don't lose it and bring back the goods, okay? Okay. Whenever Drew plays, Dolores always ends up as Bones. Always. Dang. I have not been able to beat Scout's Honor. No. We're shaving Timmy's head. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Okay, they're... Oh, Timmy. Timmy needs food. Sharkov sure can take care of itself, but we can't help but wonder how much of a self-made cat it is. It just so happens that we found an address on its collar. It's unlikely that its owner is still alive, and a trip to the wastelands is always risky. Should we go outside and check that address? Wow, I could not read there. But yeah, we're gonna check the address. I unlocked Timmy's food on accident? Did I really? We grabbed our new fluffy friend for a little stroll through the wastes, only to immediately run into a couple of gentlemen dressed in trench coats, fedoras, and shades. They gritted their teeth at the sight of the cat and said they'd been looking for it. Apparently, it belongs to their dear old Nan, who loves it dearly. Before we could utter a word, they took Sharkov, thanked us, and left. The cat didn't seem to mind, so maybe it's for the best. The vehicle that was spotted on earlier expeditions turned out not to be a shameless bandit trap, for now. It was an ice cream truck armored with metal pieces with an actual antique cannon fitted on top, and all covered with skulls and bones. It was missing wheels, but we're certain we could make it functional again with the proper equipment. Dang it, I just sent out Dolores with the Boy Scout Bible, so we can't fix the van. You're shaving Timmy's fro. It's a pipe dream for now anyways. Plus, does anyone even still remember how to change out a wheel? It's something of a dying art here in the wasteland. Day 30. How are we doing? Heads is starving. We don't have a radio still. We still don't have a radio. Day 30, so we can't do this. Listen to the radio event. Excuse me. That was our kitty, don't worry. Sharkov is loyal. If there's one thing we need to do, it's use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcasts that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that, or it's strolling around outside, waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. Timmy's starving! The other day, we heard a quiet knock on our door. When we opened, we only found a suitcase on the doorstep and there was no one around. It isn't signed, but it sure looks like it's meant for us. Should we check what's inside? I'm thinking no. Also, guys, on TikTok, thank you so much for the follows. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Oh my god, why is there so many yeses? Last time everyone said yes and it was horrible. It was horrible. Last time it was food that got us sick. You know what? We'll risk it. Whatever. We'll risk it. It was food that got us sick. It can either be good or it can be bad. But if we don't open it, it's neutral. If we keep saying yes, we have to get a good one. Okay. Okay. Day 32. It was an innocent looking bottle of water, so we took a sip. We thought we got lucky, but it was all a lie. Either that water was irradiated or it was some kind of biological weapon. It made us all feel pretty sick. Damn it! Ted! To our surprise, we found Sharkov back in our shelter this morning. We're not exactly sure why or how it came back. Is it our good care it appreciates, our kind hearts, optimism, or just our stockpile of soup cans? Only time will tell. Oh no, Ted. Damn it. We don't have a lot of food. If Dolores doesn't come back with like a stockpile, we're kind of screwed, I think. You'd expect the post-apocalypse to be a time of peace and quiet since, you know, most of the people aren't around anymore, yet here we have someone at the door. When we opened it up, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked us to trade him a water chip. Water chip? What in the hell is that? We can't give away water. We have no water left, so no water. We were sorry to explain we didn't know what a water chip was and that we didn't have one. He thanked us in a few short words and left. Okay, Ted. I'm gonna give Ted food and water. A loud crash and a surprised shriek and a bit of debris falling from our ceiling. Truly a recipe for a good start to the day. As it turns out, Sharkov found a new toy, a bit of innocuous wiring that it ripped out of the wall. Who knows what the cable's for, but our lights are still on, so it can't be that important, right? Should we take the wire away from our fluffy friend and investigate it? And say yes. I didn't bring MJ, and the mom's on an expedition. We followed the wire outside and found a half-burned-out truck with two surprised gentlemen inside, surrounded by an array of blinking bulbs. That's some space tech right there. Were they listening in on us in our very own shelter? Their feeble excuse about a roadside picnic didn't convince us. Even Timmy knows you can't have picnics here. And the car had no wheels. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The agents who are spying on us are now at the door and want to explain themselves. Should we hear them out? Sure. Day 35. Oh, Dolores came back. Why does it seem like she didn't bring much? They were agents, real live secret agents on a government mission. We saw their identity cards, briefly. They weren't listening in on us, it was the cat they were interested in. They made a request too, wanting us to aid them with some of their top secret missions in the future. If we do that, they promise they will extract us to a government safe house full of supplies and donuts. Hopefully they come back with some more information. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. We were about to give up and come back empty-handed to the shelter when we ran into a church. It looked peaceful enough, save for an unexploded atomic bomb stuck into the church tower. A sizable group of people were busy praying to the bomb, chanting something about the holy fission. That sounded really crazy, but those people seemed friendly enough. Those nice people gave us some canned soup. They say they don't like the taste of it. Now we're certain that they're nut jobs. Cultists decided that they won't be needing any holy water. We did a bit of miracle work and turned empty wine bottles into quite full water bottles. The scout handbook was really useful. Too bad we lost it during the expedition. Might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. We're having such bad luck. We're having such bad luck. Timmy's not in the best condition to venture outside. This is terrible. We can't sleep. We've been having problems with sleeping ever since we got down here, but now it's worse than ever. If we don't deal with this problem, we won't be able to cope with any other challenges that await us outside these thin, sheltered doors. Day 36. Bravely ignoring our symptoms, we tried to get at least an hour or two of sleep. No luck. We're even more tired than we were, and there are other problems we will need to face soon. Let's just hope our yawning will be enough to scare raiders away or save us from radiation sickness. She's starving. Everyone's tired, so no one can leave. No one can go. Day 37. Ted is still sick. Dehydrated. Okay, everyone... I can't send Ted out the way he is. And then Dolores and Timmy are tired, so we can't send them out either. Ted might be able to survive an expedition. I don't trust it. And we don't have a radio. We keep getting this event and we don't have a radio. This is unfortunate, guys. Tired. Okay. Timmy's no longer tired. There's one thing we need to do. It's use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcast that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that or strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. Right. Okay. I'm gonna try to send Timmy next. Oh no, and we don't have a map! The twin siblings contacted us again. Today they visited our humble shelter saying they're looking for a map of the nearby area. Their plan is to find a relatively safe place for a new camp that could accommodate their whole group and anybody else who would want to move in with them. A plan of the city would be very helpful in their situation, at least to help organize their scouting expeditions. I don't have a map. Day 39. Sadly, we couldn't help our friends this time. They were a bit disappointed, but accepted our decision. We wished them luck and left to continue their search. Timmy, please. You got this. They always show up when we're mapless. How does Timmy even see where he's going at this point? His fro is like antenna, and he senses things through his hairs. Day 40. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Starving. Thirsty. Something's missing. Let's see. Fan hum, check. Strange noises in our pipe, check. Hellish yells outside, check. Oh. Dolores hasn't spoken for a while now. That's it, and it's really strange. Talking to her would be a good idea. Sure. Let's talk to her. Talking to Dolores helped resolve some of her issues and doubts. She feels better now. Oh, Dad is still sick. We're an isolated fallout shelter. We sure have a lot of disturbances. Something has been making a lot of noise since dawn and we couldn't sleep. It seems to be coming from under the floor, and coincidentally, we found a manhole that we could use to go down and check what's going on. I'm gonna check, guys. I'm gonna check. Because I feel like we're soon to lose. Day 42. What the hell? Oh no. Dolores was hurt. We barely made it out alive. It was a giant mutated crocodile or an alligator or something else with a giant mouth and plenty of teeth. Is anyone hurt? Yes, Dolores. There's nothing more surprising than a knock on a fallout shelter door. Who could it be? Should we investigate and risk our very lives? That sounds like a good idea. Shall we open the door? Should we open the door? What is there to lose? What is there to lose? I don't know. I'm gonna open it. Day 43. Good night, Sorelia. Opening that hatch was a bit risky. It seems it gave us some awful sickness. Well, Ted, you were already sick, dude. So suck it up, Ted. Damn. It's been a while since we showered. The smell in this tiny shelter is as far from roses as it can get. We had thought of washing ourselves. Too bad we didn't grab any soap along the way, but maybe we can make do with something else. I'm gonna just use the ammo on them. Day 44. Wait. Ted got healthy and Dolores got sick? Dirty or not, it's the smell that's the biggest issue here. How do we deal with that? Well, we've got some spare ammo, so why not use the gunpowder to kill the smell? Let's rub it in. Sounds like a brilliant idea. Looks like Sharikov snuck out to hunt out in the wasteland last night. This morning, we found a dead, glowing rat on our doorstep. Sharikov seemed pleased with his gift for us and quickly expressed its disappointment when we threw it far away from our home. Nothing good will probably come from touching dead radioactive rodents, though, so maybe we should have just left it where we found it. Dolores got ill. I think Dolores is a goner. I don't know how to help her. All hands on deck. There are people on the other side of the door and they don't seem too friendly. In fact, they've promised us a painful death at least 17 times already. And it's only been 5 minutes since they arrived. We'd better prepare. They'll be forcing that door open any minute now. We have nothing. We don't have a single item to fend them off with. This is bad. Day 45? Are we not? Oh no. Oh no, instead of murdering us all and robbing our supplies like we expected them to, the bandits grabbed Dolores and pulled her out of the shelter, kicking and screaming. Damn you bandits, Dolores will make you pay for this, we're sure of it. Wow. Well, I guess we don't need meds anymore? Sharikov seems to be fond of our checkerboard. Its favorite game during stretches of extreme boredom and silence in the shelter is pushing the checker pieces off the table as it gazes intently at whoever happens to be sitting the closest. The sound of checkers hitting the floor every 10 seconds is getting on our nerves, and we're considering taking the game away. Should we let Sharikov play with the checkers? Yeah. Yeah. Easy answer. Day 46. Sharikov really went to town on this poor checkerboard. Oh no. It ate several pieces and scratched the board. It's basically unplayable now. Guess it's back to rock, paper, scissors, atom bombs as their only entertainment now? Oh, dang it. And we still don't have a radio. This is the same. We've had the same event like 5 times. We're not cooking the cat. That's crazy. Oh no, Timmy! If there's one thing we need to do, it's use a radio on a regular basis, blah blah blah. Timmy should have returned by now. We need to face the worst possible scenario. He might not be coming back. Timmy, no! Well, it's just Ted now, using a high-tech setup involving paper cups and yards of strings. The agents ring in with our next top-secret mission that will surely land us in the VIP bunker very soon. They want us to go on one successful expedition and write down what we saw in the journal. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Go for it, Ted. Day 48. Oh no! He got hurt! Ted! Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. We've graciously agreed to fulfill their request. They thanked us for doing our civic duty and promised to be back with more information soon. That recon mission was risky business. We had to visit neighborhoods that were dicey even in the best of times. The area was full of mutated cats and dogs fighting each other in gangs, all of them armed to the teeth. We barely made it out of there alive, but the agents seemed to appreciate our efforts. Let's hope these missions are actually worth it. Our bucket is just about due for an upgrade, and we're expecting the government shelter to have an excellent bathroom. Maybe a hot tub. Oh no. We gotta send Ted out. We've gotta send Ted out. And there's raiders at our doorstep. There's raiders at our doorstep. The end. No, no. Oh, crap. It's clicking stuff. That was so bad. Our safe haven was invaded by a filthy and vulgar band of thugs. The look in their eyes did not promise anything good. If we only held out a bit longer, maybe the military would have rescued us. Dang. That sucks. That big sucks. Day 48. That's unfortunate, guys. It's so unfortunate. Feels sad, man. Feels super sad. You perished. Damn. Well, we tried, right? We did our best in the poor situation that we had. I think I'm going to end up wrapping up here, but to everyone on TikTok, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all the follows and shares and all the support.